Hey, I can't hear you, Ben.
Was I seriously mute for the whole time? Oh, that's
You're
awesome.
muted, mate.
Oh, I'm not going as well as the cats are going. Anyway, all
Oh.
that little. Thank God I kept the preamble really quick. Anyway, welcome. Sorry, everyone. I'll cut that part out in post.
just as go as well as North Melbourne. No, that's all right, Ben. No, all good. Yeah, I could see on the chat as well. I sent you a message too, but
Oh, that's what it was. I was pinging away there. Anyway, all good. You're on the other side of the world doing a lot better than I am in the studio.
oh yeah, we're on a roll. No, it's yeah, I'm just in the hotel. It's nearly 40 degrees here in Greece. I was at the beach this morning, came back, had a bit of a rest, so this was perfect time to watch the game. 12:30 p.m. was kickoff, and uh, scintillating football by the Catters from
Too
start to
good.
finish. Looked a bit shaky in the second quarter. I thought, oh gee whiz, can we kick bloody straight? But that was all answered. Jeremy Cameron, 11 goals, best forward in the comp.
11
Absolutely
goals.
the
11 goals,
best
one.
forward. Um, oh man, but I mean North, they weren't any competition. They weren't any competition whatsoever. Just disgraceful effort from them. I kind of felt bad at one point. I think that's about like 6 straight seasons for North Melbourne in the bottom two. Like,
Yeah.
I actually feel the fans that paid their hard-earned money to go to that game, but from a Geelong perspective, took care of business. I said anything less than 60 points would be a fail. We won by 101 points, got that percentage. We're in the top four. Let's keep it one game at a time. I know it's all the cliches, Ben, but
I know.
I thought we got the job done.
Let's keep it one game, 100-point win at a time. We've got Port Adelaide next week.
We
The
got
big
Port
game.
next week, and they're not doing good at the showdown, aren't they? But I'll tell you what, they're going to get bashed by the media in South Australia all week, and we all know what happened last year when they came to the Cattery. So, but look, I'm sure we'll be switched on. Like we've
Yeah.
got we've got a fit and firing midfield. Our back line, well, the back line. Why was Lawson Humphries the sub? You
Oh no,
know,
you were on the socials raging at that earlier
as
today.
soon
You
as
weren't.
as soon as I turn my phone on, like as soon as I turn my phone on, I'm seeing no late changes. Lawson Humphries the sub. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he the sub? And like, are they going to like sub off Tom Stewart at half time? And I'll be honest, we all love Tom Stewart. He's been a great player of the club, but I thought he wasn't up to scratch today. Couldn't complete his marks, getting a few cheapies off the back. I said, sub him off at half time. He's just not up to it. Why are we even playing him? Our back line, we've proven time and time again our back line's been fine without him. Why is he out there? It's like I just couldn't believe it. I just put him in cotton wool. Put him in cotton wool before finals. Like honestly, I don't think we play him next week.
Have
I
you been hanging out with Lucas too much? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, did you see Danger on the bench sucking down a Souvlaki in the last
I
quarter?
did, which I'm averaging about 1 or 2 euros a day, Ben. So
Oh, good.
he's definitely. He reminded me of like Bomber Thompson eating the sandwich, like
Yes.
with
Yes.
back in I think it was like 2008. I don't know what team we were playing then, but just reminded me a bit of that. But no, I loved it. He was yeah, he was definitely eating the Souvlaki, and oh man.
The disrespect. The disrespect to North.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, he's gonna cop he's not loved by opposition fans much, and he's gonna get hated even more for doing that now. But I loved it too. He's just he's just unwrapping it. He's just peeling like a banana, just peeling the white paper away from the top of the wrap. And he's just munching. He made sure he gave Jezza a handshake first for when he came off after his 10th goal. And then and then just got into it. And then the commentators were like, I think he might be eating a souvlaki there, or a gyro, or what are they called? There's a few kebab, chicken kebab.
There's the kebab, gyros, So,
Yep.
but
Well.
no, I love that, and and with Lawson straight away, impact. Got a touch,
Impact.
kicked a goal. Like,
Yep.
that's shown Scotty, never make him the sub ever again. Like,
Yep.
you know,
Never again. Like
couldn't believe it.
like Dangerfield on the bench in the qualifying final. Never again. In 2022, Danger
Oh,
didn't like that. Selwood was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do whatever it takes," but Danger's like, "You ain't putting me on the bench. Don't bench me." But I don't mind it. Danger this time around. I reckon Danger wouldn't probably whinge too much about it. We had I think we had Grind Myers starting on the bench tonight. Maybe Brad Close, but who cares? It's just whatever.
yeah.
Within
I
2 minutes, they're
I
on the
think
ground.
I think Myers attended centre bounce. I probably might have to go through the replay quite a bit as well. But I think,
Yeah,
yeah. So he was definitely shuffling the magnets quite a bit, and rightfully so. The game was pretty much over, like at half time. Just flipping through the magnets, but I think this is close to our best 23 come September. Like
yeah.
again with Tom Stewart, I would probably like to see him get a rest, maybe bring Jed Buse as a like for like. But other than that, I think this is closest to our best 23.
We had a similar conversation last week, I think, and there was no change this week. Well, the only change was the sub, and I believe maybe a change on the emergencies, but beyond that, it's the same 23 fellas ran out this week than the week before. And you've got your Mitch Nevitts, your Ted Closies, and your Jed Buse, as you said, and George Stevens running around the VFL, and a couple of blokes, premiership players in Guthrie and Mitch Duncan, who probably, there's probably some Cats fans out there that think they'll come back, but I'm not one of them. I don't think they will. It's a fairy tale. Maybe this is the year for another fairy tale. 2022 was a
I'm
fairy
with you,
tale.
Ben. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
fairy
Duncan.
tale
I don't
Cam
think we're.
Guthrie, not fairy tale
Yeah,
Mitch Duncan. No, the Cam Guthrie fairy tale is still on, but unlikely.
nah, I don't know. I think like look, and I've seen Paul's video as well. If he could go on for another year, if he gets his body right, great. Because we need some midfield depth as well, which we lack quite a bit too. Because outside of George Stevens, Jai Clark, and Ted Closey, who else do you got? Unless we go for someone in the summer like your James Warples. Matt Rouse obviously signed a contract at the Gold Coast Suns. So
2 years.
you know,
That's it.
2 years,
Only
2
two.
years.
He knows there's an order to these things. We can't get Harley Reid and Zach Butters and Matt Rowell in the same year. We can't do it. We've got to space these things out. So he's done the clever thing and just extended by 2 years. So good on you, Matt. And another 12 tackles for Matt Rowell today. So Tom Atkins is getting a little nervous in the tackle count. I don't think Jez is getting nervous though, because what is he now? Nearly 70 goals for the year. Can he get up the? Can he raise the bat?
He'll
Kiri,
be
at the
pretty
end of the year?
close. And if he had the same treatment like Charlie Curnow has had over the years as well, he'd be getting to the 90s at least. And this is the people saying, why do we want Charlie Curnow at Geelong? Absolute fucking fraud, that guy. Look what Shannon Neal did today. Kicked 4 goals, one. You really want to replace Shannon Neal with a guy that disappears in big games, and you know just why he signed a new contract at Carlton. He could stay there. We don't. I was one of those people that didn't want Charlie Curnow at all. No way.
Oh well, I don't
Absolutely
know.
no way.
I'd have him, but I'm not going to sell the farm. Not selling selling the Reece Stanley farm to get him.
No way.
If he comes cheap, it's pretty impossible to get all these players cheap. Carlton's never going to get rid of him. They got rid of Favola. No one thought they'd ever get rid of Favola, but
Well,
eventually they had enough of him. They had enough of him after a while. There's a few players that got to come in, hopefully, and the Cats keep winning. Another qualifying final is looking good. I still get a little nervous that we'll drop one of these next few. We've got
yep.
the Port Adelaide one or the Sydney one. One of those games, probably the Sydney one is I wouldn't say it's a coin flip. I'd say Cats would be 60-40 favourites on that one. But
and it just depends how we turn up. Like, I feel like we'll be all over him in the first quarter, just like what we did last year against the Swans at the SCG. But we just got to keep that momentum, keep the foot down, just like what we did against North. Just keep that momentum. Like, we know Geelong at their best footy is good enough. We can absolutely beat anyone, anywhere, anytime. We finally won at Marvel Stadium under the roof. So,
Yeah.
and people saying that this was a danger game, and we have. I thought there was not many much weak links, maybe other than Tom Stewart, but I thought everyone played their role today. Bailey Smith was outstanding in the midfield. I thought he was very impactful. He'd easily get 3 votes if it weren't for Jeremy Cameron.
Do you know what? I
Grind
would
Mines.
say I would disagree with that. I mean, I would say yes, Jezza gets the 3. I'm not disagreeing with that part of it. I actually reckon Brian Myers and Max Holmes were better. They didn't get
Yeah,
as much of the ball, but I thought you just watch Brian Myers. That man is an absolute football genius.
and that's
And
fair enough.
every time he's on, he is the if there's ever a barometer of a player at a football club, it's Brian Myers. When he is on, we are absolutely on. And as you said, when our best football can win the whole thing. If Grind's on in September, watch out. I'm telling you right now.
Absolutely,
The cats
and
are
he's
going
a
to be
game
purring.
changer too. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness me, he's an absolute star, Grind Myers. So yeah, I would probably have him just shade ahead of Bailey tonight. You got to respect a bloke that's had 43 touches and 13 clearances or something like that. Insane numbers, but
Which is what I thought. And yeah, he coughed up the ball quite a bit, but that's in his game as well. He's a get ball, kick ball type of player. I thought
exactly.
he made some better decisions this game, because I've seen some game like the Brisbane game, for example, the GWS game, absolutely butchered it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and he worked his ass off tonight as well. And I'm going to give a shout out to Tom Atkins as well, who doesn't
Oh
get a
yeah,
lot of recognition. I do not know why. There was one
yeah.
instance he saved the goal at the goal line.
He dived on it and got it over the line. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, I think it was
Got it
in the
over the
fourth.
boundary line in the forward pocket for North.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was in the fourth quarter, I think. It saved a
yeah, yeah.
certain goal
Yeah.
North were going to get.
Oh, the boys got around him, that's for sure. And I was like, oh yeah, Tom. I mean, the little things, and you'd expect the Cats to sort of ease up a little bit, wouldn't you, in the fourth quarter? And they did really. I mean, we lost the quarter by a few points. It wasn't that bad, but those little acts that you see from the axe every now and then, you just think, oh, he's such an absolute champion. And I'd love him to be captain. I don't think he will, but goodness me, if anyone deserves to be captain of this football club, it's just probably the timing. I don't feel like we'll be right. But anyway, we'll have that debate through summer probably.
Well, we always, other than Joel Sild, he became captain when he was 23, 24.
Exactly.
Danger got captain. He's in his 30s. Tom Atkins is just a natural leader. I could see him definitely being our captain for a year or two. Max Holmes, I think he's got a bit more maturing and all that to go.
Yeah.
He's still young,
Yeah.
Max Holmes.
He is, and I feel like he's definitely an A grader these days. Most neutrals in the comp would say, yeah, Max has probably taken that next step to be definitely. You'd think he'd be top 10 Brownlow at this point, wouldn't you? He'd be very close to top 10 Brownlow now. And I'd say that's the elite level of AFL players. What is there, like 800 players now? You'd think he's in that conversation, maybe top 20. Let's be fair, like let's be a bit more, but he's definitely in the conversation now. He's a star. He's an absolute star. Everyone's a star when we win. You find that? We just love all the Cats when we win. Apart from Tom Stewart,
love them all.
I thought you're a bit hard on Tom. I thought Tom was okay. I thought Tom deliberately paced himself tonight and didn't overexert, especially when he saw the writing was on the wall that it was going to be a big win. He thought, I'm just not going to go hard. If anyone didn't go hard, though, it was bloody Sam DeConning. A couple of times there, he just didn't give a shit. It's like, whatever. Reece Stanley gave him both barrels in the last quarter. I don't know if you saw that one. He just on the goal line. I don't know.
Yeah, he did. And look, and that's completely fine, what you said, Ben. But I just think there's about 4 or 5 players that that we've relied on back in the day to win those games. And Tom Stewart, he's an A-graded player. I've got some high standards from Tom Stewart as well, because he's saved their asses over the years. And look, it's not completely his fault. It's not completely his fault tonight. I just think he was just below his standards today, but I think he'll be better in the long run. come September time, he's cherry ripe. He'll be getting 25 disposals and 8 intercept marks.
Yep.
And I'm backing the club 100%, to manage him as well. So
Well, that's the good thing about the next month, isn't it? That we can manage some players. We don't want to get cocky because I said there's still 2 games that we could potentially drop if we're not on. And you only have to be off a little bit. But if things go right and everyone else just does the right thing and plays the Geelong way, we should be okay, and we should have that luxury of managing some players tonight. Over the next month. Let's get your 3-2-1s. I've got a couple of people who've just joined in the green room, so let's get your 3-2-1s, Kiri, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. I'll 3 votes, Jeremy Cameron. I think that's going to be the consensus throughout the night. I'll be shocked. Be shocked if no one gives Jeremy Cameron 3 votes. 2, I'll give to Bailey Smith, and 1 vote I'm going to give to Shannon Neal. And the reason why I say this is Shannon Neal, because Lucas, he loves bashing on Shannon Neal. I said in the Discord chat, he needs to do 10 star jumps for each goal Shannon Neal kicks. So now he needs to do 40 star jumps on post-game live. So everyone in the chat, he's got to do it. He's got to do it.
He's not in the green room yet, but I'm hoping he'll jump in. Well, I've got a couple of people ahead of him anyway. But
he better be on. He better be on.
Send him a little message in about half an hour from now, and we'll get him on for sure.
I'm sure he's getting. I'm going to flood him with messages, bro. Honestly, he's on the Discord chat as well.
Is he? Oh, okay. Focus, Lucas. He's probably watching the Port Adelaide game as it comes to a conclusion. Mate, well, we've got Port next week. You're not going to be there for the pre-game catch up with the Hoops crew family at the Little Creatures, but we'll have a drink for you and we'll send you some photos. And if you answer your call, we might even do a live YouTube stream with you. We'll do something like that for a few minutes anyway. We'll do something stupid, so hopefully you'll pick up your phone and we'll be able to get you on.
No worries, mate. I'll just have to check what time it is. That game starts as well, but. I know the twos are on at 5 a.m, so probably watch an hour, probably that. But but we'll see how we go. Let's just do what we keep. Let's just keep doing what we're doing for the game next week, because you tell you Port Adelaide, you never know what you're going to get out of them. They're like a box of chocolates. One week, they're good. The other, just absolute shit house is what's happening in the showdown tonight. And I'm sure Kenny Hinkley, coming to GMHBA at his old stomping ground. And hey, if you want to become a director of coaching, take Zach Butters along with you as well. You're more than welcome to, mate.
Bring him. Come, bring them all. Bring Georgiades and bring Ollie Lord as well. Anyone else you want to bring them all. We need some help in the forward line. Jez is struggling. Jez can't do it all himself. He actually can, but then you get the other fella, Shannon Neal, bobbing up for 4 goals as well. Unbelievable. All right, mate. I'll let you go. Thanks for jumping on. Go Cats and enjoy the time overseas, mate.
Thanks. See you, Ben.
No worries. Take care. That was Kiri. All right. Hello to everyone in the chat. As I said, Morty the Boxer, Kate Halliwell, Mighty Sparlock, Ocker, O'Keefe, Gary, Jackie Mack, Adrian, I can see you there, Amy. Who else? Daniel. Hello, Daniel Nayland. Muted, yes. If you've joined us late, you've just missed all the fun of me ranting about how good the Cats were for about 5 minutes to start the show. Renegade, thank you as well. Grins, Horatio, Fitz Bastard as well. And I'll get to a few more as we go along. But I believe we have a debutante on the show. I could be wrong. But we may have Goth Mama Cat debuting on the show for the first time. Here they are.
Hello.
How are you? You are a debutante, is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome. I'm glad you. I love it when new people come on. Tell me about your thoughts on the game tonight.
Oh, it was a bloodbath.
It was.
It was a bloodbath. But we love a bloodbath.
I love a bloodbath too. I love absolute carnage. I love coach killing games. I'm a bit nasty like that.
So do I. Suck their souls out, honey. Suck their souls out and get the percentage.
Why not? We need it. I think
We
Adelaide's
do.
doing pretty well too, though, so that could be an issue if we're level with Adelaide at some
Don't
stage.
you worry. We'll suck their soul out too.
Suck their
Just-
soul.
Yeah, we'll suck their soul out too. Like what your little mate does the Wiccan wizard shit. That can happen.
Which
Anything
mate
can
does that?
happen. And then you always got to have the Not Fest t-shirts or the Ozzy Osbourne t-shirts.
Yes.
They're magic.
Okay.
They're magic.
That does the job, does it?
It does. Always.
I'm not really
when
superstitious
you wear them,
these days.
you win. You just win.
Okay. I make sure that my only superstition is I don't like missing much game time. I actually had to duck out.
Neither do we.
I had to duck out for about 10 minutes in the first quarter to pick my daughter up from work. So I missed the last half of the first quarter. But other than that, but it's fine.
Well, we go to every game, every home game, and I'm wearing my Slipknot t-shirt or my Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt.
Beautiful.
Alice in Chains. It's always a band t-shirt, and we win.
Have you got
as soon
other
as
people?
We don't. We never win.
You jinx it. Is there other people in the room with you right now? Do they want to come on camera?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
know.
Like I'm just alone.
Oh, okay. It might be. There could be ghosts.
So no, I'm just random. I'm just random.
Oh, good.
But it was a really good game. Jezza kicked a bag. Good for him. Good for him. It was all great. It was wonderful. I was in Ballarat.
Oh, yeah.
Driving back from Ballarat. I was listening to it on the radio. Came back, watched it, and it was a bloody bloodbath. And you know why I'm on here? My dad is a big Kangaroo supporter. Big stuff you. Big stuff you. Yeah.
I don't mean that, Dad. I don't mean. I'm just having fun. If you're watching,
don't feel bad. It's hey, it's all in banter. If you can't do it, then don't do it.
Suck it north. Suck it north.
Yeah, suck north. 49 to 150. That's
juicy.
Absolutely juicy.
Shannon Neal nearly 5 goals, and Bailey Smith nearly broke Paddy Dangerfield's record for most possessions.
Which was bizarre.
48, I think it was, but Bailey got 43. Went a little quiet in the third quarter, I think.
But can I tell you something about Baz?
Tell me.
Where I'm a member.
Yeah.
All right. My whole family are members, and we all watch home games. Sometimes when he gets the ball, he kicks it and it goes shocking. It could go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
I don't like it. It's frustrating sometimes, but he gets the ball down the field, and I think that's probably one thing. There's pros and cons, isn't there? And same with Max Holmes sometimes as well. I think they're somewhat similar, that they'll both kick it long and get it about down the ground, and they're not the best kicks in the ground, and they don't in the game, and they don't make always the best decisions. But there's some players in the team that are really good at that, and maybe they make up for it. So it's.
I agree.
Yeah, it's. I wish they were great kicks and good decision makers as well.
Look,
because they'd win the next 5 Brownlow medals between them, I reckon. But
well, Bailey's hasn't played many, so he's not going to get one. No, but you know what? The girls and I call Max Holmes Speedy Gonzalez. He's that fast.
He is.
You can't catch him.
No, unless he's chasing. And actually, no, that's not fair. Normally he doesn't. Normally he runs faster when he's got the ball. When he's defending, he doesn't run fast. But tonight, the exception to the rule there, he had about 3 or 4 tackles where the opponent was holding the ball or incorrect disposal. So credit to you, Max. You deserved a bit of love tonight for that. Your defensive efforts are really, really good tonight. I want to see more of that.
Look, could have been worse. Could have been against Collingwood.
Could have been.
Well, fact of the matter is, we won.
Yep.
We got the points. We got the percentage. It's the double P's. Points,
Double.
percentage, kick them in the sticks.
And the middle
From
finger
here
to your
on
dad.
in, that's all we need to do.
The middle finger to your dad, your dear lovely father. Sorry, Dad.
Absolutely. You know, God bless. And you know what? We lost some really good dudes this week. We've lost Ozzy Osbourne,
Yep.
Hulk Hogan. We've lost some dudes. You
Who
know,
else have we-
and
yeah.
you know what? Ozzy, he was like me, a big footballer from Aston Villa. I come from Corio. I live in now a nice place, but you know,
What's wrong with
represent-
Corio? What's wrong with Corio?
I came
Nothing
from
wrong with
Corio.
Corio. I love the good people of Corio and Norlane, northern
Shithole,
suburbs.
shithole.
Crew.
Doesn't matter. Guess what? Working class people. Working class people.
Exactly.
And we do well with ourselves.
I'm from Lara, which is not far away. It's a stone's throw from Corio.
Hey, I probably live down the road from you right now.
Yeah, well, I don't live there right now. I grew up there. Spent my best part of 20 years there as a kid.
I came from the ghetto, and I've moved up to where you are now, which is great. And I can't wait to come and just talk. But you know what? Can I give you my 1, 2, 3s?
You can give me your 1, 2, 3s. You can give me your 3, 2, 4s, or your 5, 6, 7s, or whatever you want.
No.
Whatever, however order you want to do it.
You've probably got other dudes that want to talk to you.
And if you've got a drive by, as in if there's a player that you didn't like, you're welcome to share that as well. I don't think there'd be many tonight, but
no, there's not many drive-bys that you go through.
No, not really.
All right,
we need a sound effect for that. We need a little tires spinning and a
like what you said. When you watch the game, it's different to when you watch it on the tally.
It is, isn't it? So different.
Shit. Absolutely. And then you're sitting there actually looking at stuff. So you can't go past Jezza.
No.
Cop in the bag. He is well and truly Southwest bloody Victorian country boy, mate.
Dartmoor boy. Yep.
All right. So you could go from frigging Colac to frigging Warrnambool. He's that far ahead of everybody else, right?
Oh, he definitely is. He's not losing the Coleman at this point.
He's got it. That's just it. All right. I think my next one would have to be, funnily enough, and I could be wrong, and it could be my biased opinion. All right. My personal biased opinion.
Yeah, it's all right.
Was probably Max Holmes.
I like it.
Because he's just there. He's always there.
He is.
All right.
He is. He was so attacking tonight, right through the gut, every chance he got.
But then a close. All right. If we're going to go 4-5, me third is always the axe. He's always there.
Yep.
He's constantly on, you know, which he is. He's just, and I could tell every time he's doing it, he's sucking air. He's like, he's giving it his red hot go, and I will
trying to breathe through that mustache. There's not much air getting through the bush.
But hey, I'm a fat old bastard now. I'm past that. I couldn't do that, so I'll give it to him.
Give it to him.
But I will always say this. Tom Stewart. Because I played defence. I know what it's like. It's bloody hard. And you just got to do it.
No,
you got to do
it. You get the respect. That's what you get.
Well, it's not the glory or the respect. You just got to do it.
You float forward every now and then. You kick one in a granny like Sam DeConning did. Yeah, you know, you cheeky little bastard does that sometimes. But, you know, generally you're down back and you're doing your job.
Yeah. But I will say, Baz, love your work, son, but just kick it. Just find someone and do it properly.
It's hard when a player gets... When you get that many touches, you're going to turn it over a lot, and you're probably going to get seen to be turning it over a lot, which is hard. But getting it's the hardest thing in the game, really. But yeah,
You know,
you got to
but
do something with it.
the thing is, they've played under the lid. It's orchid conditions. It's for orchids.
Yep.
It's for orchids. Get them out there. Look at the crowd.
No excuses.
There was stuff all there, Dale.
That's what Shannon
There
Neal
was
liked.
stuff all there.
There was no one there.
Get them
There was
out into the conditions.
10,000 there, and 8,000 of them were Geelong supporters probably, and
Yeah.
and the 2,000 that were there were booing Bailey Smith every time he got near it.
Oh, look, listen. You love to hate him, you hate to love him.
Yeah.
You do.
He's a good bloke. Well,
People love to hate me too.
I can't imagine that. Come on.
No,
I can't
they do,
imagine
because
that.
I wear black and I wear a big black bloody cowboy hat. And, you know, I went out today at a country pub and I'm sitting there watching some footy and it was Derby Day and I'm going, oh, God, here we go. And they said, do you actually follow the footy? And I said, yeah, I do. We're Geelong's, we're Geelong members.
Yeah.
Oh, really? And then it opens the floodgates. Don't judge a book by its cover.
No, not at all. I reckon my partner knows more about footy than pretty much most people I know, I would
And
say.
good on her.
Too shy to come on the show.
Why don't
Hello. Gorgeous. In bed probably right now, maybe watching the tour. I'm not sure. Tour de France.
Oh, I watch the tour. Usually I watch the tour too.
Oh, oui.
Oui.
Sorry.
Hey, they just gone past the bloody mountains.
Have they really? All right.
Yes, they did. They've just gone past the Alps.
I'm going to ask you a mountain question. Is Geelong going to climb the mountain this year before I let you go? Is Geelong going to climb the mountain and be
Geelong,
premiers again?
Listen, I've been a Geelong member since 1986.
Long time.
I've seen everything. And my mum, and I don't mean to drop names, but my mum's best friend is Peter Riccardi's mum.
Mrs.
Don't
Ricker.
need to say any more.
There you go.
We've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. And
You've seen it all.
yeah,
You've lived through the
so I've
80s,
seen
the bad
everything.
times.
We've
You
had
lived through the
hell
90s when the good times in the 90s, some of the best times in the 90s. Unfortunately, we just couldn't cap it off with the premiership.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you what,
And
if you had that would have been that would have rivaled the noughties and the 2007 and 2011 era. If we had won some premierships in that period of time, that would have been a very different one. I'm going to have to say goodbye. I'll let you go. I've got a couple others in the chat. Hey, please come on again because I've loved having a chat with you. You're always welcome to come on.
Love you
always
guys.
welcome. Love you too.
All right.
See you next time.
See you later, and I'll come back with the kids. Yeah.
Definitely bring some people on. We love it.
Love ya. Bye.
Love you. Take care. I love a newbie on the show. Love a newbie on the show. Hey Thomas, how you going? I can see you down the bottom there, ready to come on. But I've got Darren coming on. Now Darren, here he is. He's a bit sideways. He likes it sideways. Do you like it sideways, Darren? How you going?
G'day, Ben. How are you, mate?
I can hear you good. There you go. Hello, another debut. You can jump on too if you like. That's a lot better. Well done.
Thanks, mate. How's
Back
things?
in town.
You're back in town, yes. I've been away for up north for a while, but go ahead. Before we start, hello to everyone on PGL and the Hoops crew. So,
Thank you. And hello to your family in Geelong, and I think they live in Geelong, or maybe they're Melbourne, and in Queensland. Is it Queensland? You got family?
Yes, I've got my two daughters here in Geelong, and my son and my granddaughter in Queensland. So
your lovely granddaughter, which we saw you pushing the pram the other day on the socials and all that, which is lovely.
Talk to you, Ben.
Yeah. Tell me about the game tonight. What'd you like? Because there's a hell of a lot to like about the game. Unless
Well-
you're Lucas, and he'll probably come on and say he hated everything. But anyway.
I'll get on to the coach later on, but I'd like to say well done to our American friend Ethan,
Yes.
who's traveling all over the East Coast. I love his passion. The fact that that he'd been to Western Sydney last night and then at the Adelaide Oval today, which was great. And my good mate Kiri, who's been calling all the way from Greece.
Yep.
It's just a tremendous effort, and still on Twitter, and still doing his stuff. But let's go. Let's do the old Mayor of Geelong right now.
What? What's the Mayor of Geelong again? You have to remind me of that one.
Well, that's me.
You are the Mayor. All right, you
Yeah.
fire away, mate. Because the floor is yours. I want to know from you, and I'll let you sort of take this in any direction you want.
You go for it.
But what did you? Is North shit, or did we just play really well tonight? Like, it's hard to get a read on these types of games. I personally thought North was terrible, and Geelong probably, should have in the first half at least, or the first quarter at least, might have cost ourselves a little bit. But North were just wasting the ball the whole day. So I don't know. How did you see the game? Did you put that out of your mind after the first quarter and just focus on the carnage that was unfolding before your eyes? How did you see it?
It's a good thing that you brought up, Ben, because I'll give you some history. With our success over the last 25 years, Geelong supporters have always felt, oh, gee, what's going to happen tonight? Or, can there be an upset down at Docklands and all that? But my margin tonight was to be conservative of 44 points, because as Geelong supporters, when we play at Docklands, we go, oh, gee, we don't know. If it was St Kilda, I go, oh, shit, who knows what's going to happen?
We don't know.
Tonight, I was hoping that Cameron would kick 7. First time since Gary Ablett Senior, Ben, that a player has kicked 10 plus.
Was it Gary Senior? Was it? I thought it might have been. Maybe Billy. I wasn't sure.
Yep, Gary Ablett Senior. And my margin was 44, just to be like totally conservative, but to win by 101 was really good. But I thought that 120 would have been nicer in the end, but we can't be greedy. But looking back on the game, you could tell straight away Geelong were primed. They weren't being like, we're going to win the game and just get the 4 points. Their desperation, attitude, once the ball left the contest, was that they were absolutely wanted to win the game. And I think that's the thing that makes the difference between us and maybe teams from, say, 4 to 10 places in the AFL. Geelong were hungry tonight and they wanted to kill. And that's what I loved tonight. Yeah.
Oh, it's great when you see the hunger, isn't it? And you got to think that there'll be games in the next month where that won't be there, and there's probably going to be an expectation from Geelong supporters, probably me included, if I'm brutally honest with myself. I'll be disappointed if we don't beat Essendon by 350 points. There's no reason why Geelong shouldn't win that game by 60 plus. There's absolutely no reason. I think they got another couple of injuries a couple of days ago as well. So, but yeah, I think we should be very optimistic. But it's footy. It's tough, as you know. Like not every game's easy. This one tonight was particularly easy, but it won't always be the case.
Totally agree, mate. Thinking like North Melbourne, like, oh, it could be a danger game, but like I said, 44 plus would have been my expectations, but to win by 101 is fantastic. The biggest danger game for the Geelong for the rest of the season is the Sydney game.
Are you going to go to that one?
Oh,
You're
absolutely. I've already
Yep.
already tickets. Yep. I go to all the interstate games up north. But after last night's GWS game, I think we might be okay. And I expect Geelong to absolutely smash Port Adelaide next week. And
Ooh.
after that, the Sydney game, who knows what's going to happen. I expect if we win by a point, I'll be happy. But after that, we should win easily right up. And I still think that Geelong will finish second now, which I did about probably about 3 weeks of my ladder predictor. So
Do you think Adelaide is going to keep rolling? I feel like there's nothing stopping them, and there's probably nothing stopping Freo at the moment. And it's Collingwood and Brisbane are the two for me. That are they just in a temporary slump? I mean, I know Brisbane's just lost the one game, but they've got a tough. They're playing each other in the next month as well, so one of them's bound to lose another game there unless they draw it. But yeah,
great call, Ben. With Collingwood, my ladder prediction, I've got them finishing now 5th, right?
Okay. Yep.
But with Brisbane losing today, and I think most people on Footy Tips would have picked Brisbane to win, but Gold Coast played very well.
Yep.
It gives Geelong an opportunity to bloody finish second, right?
It sure does. Yeah.
Absolutely. Which I have us, but yeah.
And then playing someone like probably Adelaide first, Geelong second, and then I'm not sure who would be third now. Yeah, I can't remember who would finish third. I did actually do the ladder predictor as well, but it'll probably take me too long to bring it up.
But the top four as of tonight will change more quickly than we thought 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right? From 4th to 8th will now change slowly, right? Than we probably predicted. But now the top 4 is absolutely open to those really good teams. And I'm predicting Geelong to finish second. Not being biased.
No, me too. I've got the Cats second. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Collingwood, they've lost 2 in a row. They'll beat Richmond tomorrow. That's an easy kill for them, but they've got a hard run home. Brisbane have shown today that they are vulnerable, right? And Adelaide, I'm not 100% sure on them, but they're doing the right thing. But I still think Geelong can finish second here.
I think Adelaide's passed a lot of tests. I'm more and more, I'm not completely convinced, but I'm starting to be very convinced with Adelaide. I feel like they've been tested many, many times in different ways and different teams and different styles of footy, and they've come up. They've won. I think they've won in Victoria a few times as well.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but yeah, they've got to win at the MCG at the end of the day. If they keep rolling the way they're doing, though, they won't have to do it until the last day in September. So it's just they just got to turn up once, and that's it. So I mean, everyone knows it's the MCG in front of 100,000. It's a massive oval. It's the biggest one that you play on in this country, and you got 100,000 people, probably 70,000 that don't want you to win. That's going to be the biggest test, and they won't face that test till the very end. So, you know, Geelong, Collingwood, Brisbane have faced that test in recent times. We've passed, and they've also failed it as well. But we have shown that we can pass that test. But yeah, Adelaide is the one. I don't think it's going to come from anywhere outside of that. The Premier, I think, you know, there's some romantics that would sort of hope that Gold Coast might just make the big jump, or maybe not romantics, probably the wrong word, but Doggies are probably there, and GWS are another one that haven't won it, and Fremantle just haven't won Fremantle, Gold Coast haven't won a premiership yet. They're a chance. we'll see what happens. But it's open, as you said. It's wide open. And I hope there's another upset or two along the way, mate, just not involving the Geelong Football Club.
I think, like I said, the key is the Sydney game. And if I go to Sydney and spend like another $1,000 and we bloody lose, I'll be disappointed. But I think after Sydney's performance against what I would think was a very good team by the
Giants.
Yeah, by the Western Sydney Giants was very good. Sorry, Ben.
No, you're right. They were good shit in the first half, but they came on and they absolutely dominated. Yeah,
no, they changed it, and they but Adelaide, I'd like to know what their last 3 games, Ben, would be for the run home. That's interesting.
I'm just pulling it up now, mate, and they've just won tonight by 98 points. They've got Hawthorn, tough game.
Yeah,
but it's in Adelaide. They've got the West Coast Eagles, 18th versus 1st, potentially, as the ladder currently stands. And then this is another. You'll like this one, mate. You'll love this one. Adelaide versus Collingwood at Adelaide Oval. And you know how Collingwood loves to travel. That is going. We've got some juicy ones, mate. Especially involving Collingwood, Adelaide, and Brisbane. The 3 of them. That's going to be fun to watch.
And
just hope they smash each other. And,
I'm surprised that Collingwood's left the MCG there just quietly. But
what's that about? What's that about?
No, some sort of like.
Did they clear that with the parole officer? I don't know how that worked. How does that work? How does that work?
But that is the key. That's the key. But at the end of the day, the Cats just got to keep the W's going.
Yeah.
And my 3, 2, and 1 tonight.
Hit me.
Well, I've done Bailey Smith.
For 1?
No, for 3.
Oh, you bastard. Jez is going to have a word with you. Anyway, keep going. I'll shut up.
Benny. The fact that we did not make the grand final last year, we did not have a Bailey Smith last year in the preliminary final.
True.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember me on Twitter saying Bailey Smith is the A, B, C, D of getting the ball at Geelong?
Yep.
Never had it. And the Cats finished 3rd, missed out on a grand final by 90 seconds.
Yep.
Cameron 2.
Okay. Thank God you've given Cameron 2. I was going to say.
No,
if you didn't give him 2.
Being like an absolute nut job here, but Jeremy kicking 11 was fantastic. I picked him to kick 7, and it was the first time that someone from Geelong has kicked 10 goals since the greatest footballer ever to play the game in Gary Upler Senior.
According to Horatio, round 16, 1994 versus Melbourne.
Yep.
I'm trusting you on that one, Horatio.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that'd be accurate. 1993 sounds about right.
Yep.
1994, sorry. I don't think Gary had a big 10-game haul in 95 and then might have got injuries got the better of him after that season, I think.
90, yep.
Had some good games, but yeah.
And my 1 vote was bloody hard. And I'm sitting down with the missus and I'm thinking, oh, shit, who do we give the 1 vote to? So I went. There she is.
Go Cats.
Yeah. Go Cats. Oh,
Sydney girl.
There you go.
Yep. The one vote was bloody hard. And I really sat down and thought about it while I was waiting to come on tonight. I got to go Tom Atkins.
The axe. Show some, yeah. Yep. Why not?
Yep. He's and apologies to about 6 other blokes, but he's to be able to get the tackles and the ball out of the contest can win us a grand final. That's they're the things that can win you a preliminary final. And so Tom Atkins, that was so I've gone my 3, 2, and 1. I did as I just said. So
all right, well, that's fair. I won't agree with you on the 3, but I'm glad you had Jezza for the 2 at least anyway. And I think a lot of people will probably have Tom Atkins in their top 3. So I think I appreciate the shout out for Tom there as well, because he's the type of player that just does it every week, doesn't get a lot of love, and he probably likes it that way. He's probably happy about that. Yeah, no players let you down tonight, mate. It's pretty hard to find someone, but did you find anyone that let you down?
No, not at all. Unlike Coach Lucas, who wants to assassinate every player, and we love him on here. We love him. He's a good mate of mine from Adelaide.
Yeah.
But no, not at all. It was a great team effort.
Well, hang around, because I've got Thomas on next, and then Kanga TV's coming on. So it'll be interesting to see what their take is on some of the North players tonight. Kanga TV's in the green room as we speak. Welcome, by the way. But I've got one person ahead of you, so hopefully you can hang around for a few minutes. But
all right. I'll let you go. Before you go, I just once again, Ethan, well done coming to Australia.
Yep.
Look forward to seeing him next week. Are we going to the brewery next week, Ben?
12 o'clock at Little Creatures.
Right. Okay,
yep.
Good. Look forward to seeing him. Carey, regular on our show here. The fact that kid that actually makes an effort to call from Greece is fantastic.
Yeah.
My apologies to everyone on the Hoops crew. I don't always come on to personal reasons, but absolutely love the show. It is a big thing for me and a big thing for the club. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week, Sunday at the Little Creatures Brewery in South Geelong. So any Cat fans out there that want to come down and meet the Mayor of Geelong and all his other fantastic people that join this fantastic website, and I look forward to seeing you all. And go Cats! And in 2 weeks' time, our season will be defined by the Sydney game.
Look forward to that one, mate. Appreciate those kind words. Thank you for coming on. I love getting you on. I think it's the 2nd or 3rd time we might have had you on, but I love it. Hopefully we'll get you on again soon, mate. Really appreciate it. And go Cats.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Ben. Love you, mate.
Take care, buddy. Love you too. See ya. All right. That was Darren, also known as Pivotonian, if you follow him on the socials. All right. I think we might have another debutante here. Oh, turn your camera back on, Thomas, if you're around. Otherwise, I'll jump to Kanga TV. No, your camera's off. All right. I'm jumping to Kanga. Are you ready, Kanga? Thumbs up. Here we go. North supporter. Welcome to the Hoops Crew post-game live show. Thanks for coming on.
What am I doing here, Ben? Like, what am I actually doing here? I said to you before the game I would come on, and I'm a woman of my word. So
you sure are.
Hi, everyone.
Wow.
Congratulations. What a game.
You're a debutante, so you get the special little graphic down the bottom there as well.
What an honour.
Now, chat, be polite. Be polite. Just imagine if it was you going after Geelong got smashed by 100 points, 101 points, coming on a show like this. So don't be too mean. But what did you think about that one? Tough one. I shouldn't.
Had front row seats to the Jeremy Cameron show. The honour was all mine. Really.
Did you want him to get the 10 in the end? When he was 8 or 9, were you hoping he'd get there or at that point? Or is it, it's too embarrassing?
He may as well. Like, if he's going to be there, like if he's going to go on, and win the Coleman, and, I want to know that we've done our part to help him try and contribute to the ton. So if that was what our service was this evening, then pleasure's all ours.
Thank you for that. We don't win a premiership for winning Coleman medals. It's nice. It's just a nice little thing along the way as well. So, and it's not over yet. Jezza could fall over or do something silly, but It's looking
No,
good
he's
for him
in
anyway. But
He's in fun
I'll tell
form.
you who I did like from your team tonight. Combin looks great.
Yeah, interesting. I can't believe it took us so long to move him to defence. Back to defence, I should say, because he played he played last week forward and didn't really get anywhere near it. And so structurally, they tried him forward again, and they probably should have moved him to defence at quarter time because let's be honest, right? The game was done in the first 10, 15 minutes, and Geelong's inaccuracy in front of goal flattered us until it didn't. And so I really think that move should have been made after quarter time, and they didn't. And I think he had our most intercept possessions. So he played a quarter and a half in defence, and he had the most intercept possessions of any defender for North all night with 8.
Yeah. He was just everywhere. I was just sitting there chatting to my partner, like, oh, he's popping up again. Look at him. He's getting everything. A couple of times they were just wayward kicks that landed on his chest. So we'll give him those ones. But he was one North player that stood out to me. And Paul Curtis, like if you can just get the ball to him a little bit more, Paul's pretty good. And it's hard for players like that just rely on the defenders in the midfield getting it down there. If you're not getting the supply, there's not a whole lot you can do. But he looked really scary, and he often does against the Catters. But in the first part of the game, just couldn't quite sort of get involved after that. Unlike a lot of North players, just let him down, I suppose. But they let themselves down. Everyone. It was a tough game. I probably would. Maybe it's a bit unfair saying that, but I just think North probably helped Geelong a lot tonight. Would you say that's fair?
Absolutely. I think, look, unfortunately for North, we've had the same issues over and over and over again all season. And then sometimes we've been able to combat those issues. A lot of same mistakes killed us last week. But Sydney have had really nice run of form over the past sort of 6 to 8 weeks, but Geelong's a cut above the rest. I mean, Geelong's one of the top 4 sides in the competition, let's say. So under the roof, perfect conditions. I guess what infuriated me is that we were just really slow. I think that's the hardest part. We were slow ball use wise. Like we know Geelong like to go fast on the outside. That's been their game plan all year. I was at the game in round 2 when St Kilda beat Geelong, and St Kilda attacked the corridor, and that's how they were able to break Geelong open. So why we didn't try and take some risks, I don't know. We were too slow to move Combin into the back line. We were too slow to no one played on Bailey Smith all night, but 10, 11 times he's taken the chip kick out of defence and then he's run past for the handball and off he goes. It happened every time.
He wanted the Brownlow votes tonight.
They left bench open every time we left defence. They left in the first sort of quarter and a half. They left bench open on purpose so we'd kick there, and they knew they would have somebody. He's like my height. I'm 5'3". Yep. It just the same thing over, and insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So just a bit of a disaster class, as they'd call it, from North.
Is it the personnel? Is it the coach? There's a question from Amy. Are you happy with Clarkson? Is it the players you've picked up in recent years that aren't coming along? Is it something else that needs to change? A lot of neutrals like myself are probably thinking we're going to see North maybe win 8 or 9 games this year. I don't know if that's everyone's opinion, but I thought maybe we'd see a bit of a step up from North, and then that would turn into maybe a shot at a final next year. But it just seems to be a bit like West Coast and Richmond. Maybe not so much Richmond, but maybe West Coast just really can't get off the bottom, and it kind of sucks for the competition, to be honest. I know North supporters hurting the most right now, but what do you think? What do you think is the problem?
I think so. In terms of Clarko, this is only Clarko's second full season in charge. So he took over at the end of 22. 23, he missed 10 games in the middle of the season or so. He'd stepped away. And then obviously the last this is only his second full season. So this is the longest time we've had a coach, the same coach in charge since 17, 18. So 2017 and 18, well, obviously had Brad Scott, but 2019 he stepped down halfway through the season, and then we've had so many different coaches, you know, through and through. I think there's a lot of different issues. At the I think the biggest issue is probably continuity and consistency. And I understand that you need depth to cover injuries or suspensions and stuff like that. And this kind of happens, you know, for every single team. And I think a lot of teams that go on to win the premiership, they do have a lot of luck through the season with a healthy list, right? So if I'm talking about this season in isolation, we had a bit of a false start. We had a pretty close game to the Bulldogs. We lost by 16 points in round 1. Then we had the win against Melbourne in round 2, which I just thought my life had just changed forever in that moment. And then we had 4 pretty bad losses after that. And then Good Friday was really bad. We lost by about 80 odd points. And from Good Friday until the second Carlton game, our form was really, really good. We only had one game decided by, only lost a game. Hold on. We only lost one game by more than, I think it was like 10 points. That was to Collingwood. But otherwise, we were keeping things really, really tight. We won a few games in the middle of that patch. And it kind of feels like we spent all of our chips on that second Carlton game. We kind of had a point to prove after Good Friday. We have had injuries and suspensions to a lot of our key players. There's still enough talent out there, though, that we should be able to cover for those losses, right? But every game we've played since that Carlton game has been decided by 6 or more goals. And we've been on the receiving end of a loss every single time. I think it's mental. I think we overthink things too much. Like, we just think too much and we don't do enough. So there could be 4 or 5 hand passes on the 50-meter arc, someone trying to get into the perfect position. No one wants to just take responsibility, pull the trigger and have the shot on goal. You know, something like that.
Oh, that's
really,
so frustrating. Yeah.
We have 2 games that are probably winnable still this season. We've got St Kilda next week, and then we have Richmond in a couple of weeks after that. I really just want us to have a crack, like have a genuine crack and have a bit of fun with it. Like, we don't have anything to lose. We can really give ourselves a little bit of momentum and start playing the way we want to play heading into next season. It looks like a lot of players have been dropped now. They clearly don't see are going to be on the list next year. Just have a crack. Like, you know, it's so hard. Like, of all the players out there tonight, I could name 5 that I actually think can really hold their heads up high and say, yeah, I played well and I did my bit. And not one of those guys are midfielders.
Yeah.
And that's meant to be the strong part, you know, of the strongest part of our game. So there's a lot of issues.
Sorry to cut you off. Sorry,
I was going to say a lot of issues. And I think it's, I think from the outside, it looks like a rebuild that's taking forever to happen. Realistically speaking, it's only Clarko's second year. But I still think, given all of that, we've definitely underperformed and underwhelmed this season. I thought we had to definitely give more than we've given.
I was just going to say, I think you'd like to see those sort of green shoots, those signs that you are going to be the next Hawthorn or the next Adelaide, you know, that sort of team that all of a sudden is just going to come on and everyone is going to take the AFL world by surprise. And I'm hoping it comes. I feel like West Coast are even a lot further behind and don't know what's going on with all their resources. They've got about 1,000 times more resources than North Melbourne does, but they can't seem to make it work. Look, it's really hard. And I think if you find yourself at the bottom of the ladder, it's so hard to get yourself off it. It's easy to fall off the top, but it's bloody hard to get off the bottom of the ladder once you're there. So I think there's a lot of good players, and I hope that they give it a red hot crack, but I also hope that they don't play for themselves. I think that's the risk often in the last couple of rounds of the season, that you want to make a good impression, but you go away from structures and systems and your role and all that sort of stuff because you're trying to get the extra few stats or the marks or have that extra kick on goal, and you think those last things the coaches will remember. But I think coaches remember, did you play your role? So hopefully the North boys, you know, it's natural to sort of play that way, I suppose, when your career's on the line for a lot of these guys. But You just want to get a kick at the end of the day. Hopefully they'll find the joy and start winning some games next year. What, 4 games at the moment you've won? Hopefully you 4.5. Sorry. Hopefully you'll get that up to about 6.5 by the end of the year, and then maybe turn that into 10 or something next year. Hopefully, if you can. It's definitely possible. You got the talent there. I think everyone in the chat would agree. North's got the talent. It's just, is the system right? And can you get your health right and all that sort of stuff as well? So Geelong's absolutely got almost a full list at the moment. There's a couple of players, older players that are injured, and Guthrie and Mitch Duncan, but other than that, we're flying.
But
injury-wise.
Geelong's system and culture is so strong. So, and that, I think the biggest thing I could take away from Geelong is, and this is what makes them so successful as a unit, is that their on-field identity is so strong that you could slot just about any of these guys into the system and they look like superstars. Like, does anyone think it's a surprise that Tim Kelly's failed to live up to the height that he achieved at Geelong? That's no surprise. On the flip side, do you think it's a surprise that Jack Martin's finally thriving after so many inconsistent years? It's no surprise. You put these guys into an on-field structure that is so strong, it's foolproof, and and that's what allows you to attract the likes of a Jeremy Cameron or a Bailey Smith, that sort of thing. Like, it's because everything is in place and everyone knows where their place is and it works. So I think you've got to give credit to Geelong as a unit year on year on year. They are just, they're able to not only get creative when it comes to recruiting players, but then also their on-field identity and blueprint is so strong. They know who they are. They know what the game plan is, that just about anyone could slot into that side and look like a superstar. Half the guys who played for North tonight could slot into Geelong's side and be instant superstars. And out there, they just look like deers in headlights.
If Nick Larkey came to Geelong, he'd kick 200 goals.
Don't say that.
No, I'm not going to. We're not taking Nick Larkey off yet. I have so much respect for him. That I remember a couple of years ago, he was saying if he can't win it at North, he doesn't want to win a premiership. So, and I just thought that is the best thing to say. Like, if I was a North fan, I'd just fall in love with that bloke for saying that. But he is an absolute superstar at a club that's just, I don't know how he does it, but he's an absolute gun. And he's one absolutely. You put him in any other environment, a successful professional, proven football environment, he would absolutely thrive, and everyone would be like, oh, how do we even get a kick? And he'd be winning the Coleman 3 years straight for sure. But it's not meant to be. And hopefully you can surround him with some other talent. I mean, there's some talent there. There's some time. But I hope the North boys can turn it around. At least you got the women having a win last year. We still can't get our girls to we made a prelim, but I'm not as confident this year as I have been in previous years with the AFLW side. But hopefully they'll come on as well. And
I think
push
we play each other round 1, don't we?
And you always beat us, don't you? You always bloody well beat us.
Well, it'd be nice to get a win somewhere.
Well, true, but can you let us win one in the AFLW for once? Because we just anyway.
Do you want to
watch out for Aisling Maloney? She's actually going to tear you up. That's for sure. She's a star.
I'll keep that. I'll remember that one on the back of tonight.
The Irish redhead. She's probably could almost be the best player in the whole comp if she did a proper preseason. But she I think she works over in Ireland and only comes over late in the piece and just turns up and dominates from day one without really. It's a bit like Gary Ablett Senior, just never trained and just dominated the competition back in the day. Can I get some votes from you before I let you go? I'd love to know your best, because you mentioned that you named about 5 good North players, but if you could maybe think about some 3 Geelong players, I think would be one of them that stood out for you, but there's a couple other Geelong players that stand out to you from an opposition supporter's point of view.
Yeah, I would say, I think you have to give 3 votes to Jezza. I don't think you have to.
Unless you're our previous caller who gave it to someone else, but anyway.
No, 11 goals. 11 goals, so that's 3 votes right there. I would say 2 votes Bailey Smith, and that's actually I feel like awkward only giving him 2, but you know.
I think that's fair.
2 votes, and then the one, I mean, I don't even think I'm educated enough on any more Geelong players to be able to know who really stood out.
Do you know Max Holmes?
I do know Max Holmes. He was good.
Yeah, yeah. We like Brian Myers. Well, I love Brian Myers. Used to have dreadlocks back in the day, but
Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi. There you go. He's an Argentinian. Wears the North colours. There you go.
Yeah, you could give just about any of them, but I mean, Baz and Jezza were definitely the standouts. So, at the very least, they can have maybe you know what? Maybe they can each have 3.
All right, that's fair. That's very diplomatic. What about for your what were your best at North? I think for me, Comben, but would be on the podium.
Yeah, I'd say Charlie was good. I thought that Jack Darling presented very, very well up the field.
Yep.
Probably stick to only have the 1 goal. Cam Zerha with 3. I thought he was pretty good as well. I thought Bryn Teakle fought pretty hard in the ruck as well. Definitely better than last week.
Yeah. The second rucks generally do pretty well against our Reece Stanley. We love Reece Stanley. We shout out Reece. If you ever want to come and tour the Reece Stanley farm, you're welcome. We love having guests. Well, I'm not sure if I'm speaking on behalf of the Stanley family, but if there's any players you want to come and invite down to the Stanley farm, I'm sure Reece will be welcome to be a host. But no, he doesn't do well against second tier ruckman. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you definitely miss Cherry tonight, that's for sure, and Nikolaki as well. They're usually your absolute superstars, and it's pretty hard. We wouldn't have done that well without Bailey Smith, Max Holmes, and Jeremy Cameron. Would have been a different, well, maybe not a completely different story. Wouldn't have been 100 points, that's for sure. One bloke kicked 67% or 67 points or 68 points.
Probably could have kicked more as well. He was a little bit missed.
Well, he could have, but still, we'll take it. We'll take it, I suppose. We'll accept that. I really appreciate you coming on. A lot of love in the chat for you as well. So thanks for
everybody.
Thanks for being kind. I know it's late in the piece. It's nearly midnight as well, and you've come on after a 100-point loss. Really do appreciate it. I promise to return the favour at one point whenever you need me to come on. Definitely. Hopefully your team can sort of get some wins next year. That'll be good.
I hope so. Best of luck for the rest of the year and for finals. I'll be cheering you guys on for sure.
Go Cats. Go Roos. Kanga.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
Yeah. See ya. All right. Horatio is next. I've got a couple. I've got 3 in the chat. Lucas is there as well. Lucas, I'm saving you to the end. So if you need to disappear for a little bit, by all means, go and disappear for a little bit. But I've got Horatio and then I've got Ethan coming to you live from Australia. But Horatio first. Here we go. Hello.
How's it going?
I'm in a good mood tonight. How about you?
Yeah. It's hard not to be in a good mood after a thumping victory like that.
Oh, how good! I wish we could win that by 100 points every week. It'd be nice.
Yeah,
but it's unrealistic, and I don't know. You kind of have expectations about Geelong performing at such a high level, and when they don't perform, when we don't bring perfection every week, it's a bit unfair. I find myself pulling myself up sometimes and being critical when I shouldn't. It's like, just be happy with the win, for goodness sake. But 100 points, you'll take it.
No, well, in the end, I was just happy that. In the end, I was just happy where we, kind of put the cue back in the rack there in the last 10 or 15 minutes, and I thought, we had what was it, 30? I looked at it at the scoreboard. I was like, we've had 38 scoring shots to 10. Yeah. We should be 150 points in front here. We blew a fair few. We wasted a few opportunities to score there, but managing to hang on for the 100-pointer was it was pretty. Yeah, I was pretty satisfied with that. Not much more you can say.
Were you hungry for maybe a 150-point win? I know I was. I was salivating at one point. Oh, come on! How good would it be? How good would it be?
God, you bet. 150, sorry, the amount of ball we were getting Like I couldn't believe it in that, probably in the first 45 minutes of the game, we were dominating, just dominating. And I look, you look at the scoreboard, it's like, we're only 4 goals up here.
Yeah.
We should be beating these. We should be like 10 goals. We should be 10, 12 goals in front already. And I thought, but then like you sort of expect in today's footy that the Tide will, the other team will get a little bit of momentum.
It happens in modern footy, doesn't it? You get runs, opposition gets some runs. It's how long you make it last, and how much damage you do when you get those runs. But 90 minutes of footy we played tonight was absolutely insane.
North just didn't give a yelp though. Really, I mean, they were bitterly disappointing. Apart from, probably five minutes there in the first quarter when they kicked those first couple of goals and were actually in front at one point there. And then, like I said, when we kind of took the foot off the gas in the last 10 minutes and they, kicked 3 or 4 cheapies. They were bitterly disappointing. And I mean, look, I don't have a whole lot of pity for opposition sides at the best of times, but I mean, look, I've watched some of their games this year, and look, they've been, they haven't had much going for them in the last 5 or 6 years. So, I guess part of me as a footy fan, you think, you don't, and knowing what, I mean, to be fair, in my time of following Geelong, I can count on one hand the amount of really bad years that we've had. And, I mean, look.
You got to go back to the 80s, to be honest. You have to go all the way back to 1988. Before 1989, we didn't win the grand final every year, but we'd be bloody awesome. How many years is that now? Nearly 40 odd years.
Well, I started following Geelong in 1980, and we've had the best record of the entire competition by some distance over that time, and that includes Hawthorn, Essendon. Carlton's records come back to the pack in the last 20 years, but those sides that had, particularly Hawthorn, who have been reasonably successful over that consistently successful really over that period of time. I mean, we've even got a better record than them. So, I mean, where they do have us covered is in premierships, but So, I mean, look, we haven't, like, since it's been a national competition, we've never finished in the bottom 4. Never. The last time we
it's crazy.
The last time we finished the bottom 4 was 1986. And hard to believe that, like, I went to the last game of that year, and I think it was pretty much we had to win to avoid getting the spoon. We were playing Richmond, so basically, I think it was pretty much the loser got the spoon. And the funny thing about that, though, because I used to get tickets. My uncle and my pop worked at the MCG, so they used to get me tickets for the Geelong games at the G if I wanted to go. So I went to that game, but we could get into the rooms and before the game and everything like that when things were a bit more relaxed. Now, me and my brother went into the rooms before the game and I've still got the footy record signed by all I got signed by all the players and everything like that, except for one signature, Seniors. And I don't know if you've heard, there's a lot of law around, some of the things that Senior used to do. But I laughed at this because I read this article and they was sort of talking, this was years later, they talked about Gary Ablett Senior and sort of reminiscing about, famous sort of incidents and stories and things like that. And one of them was that he'd been delayed. He showed up for the game like 15 minutes before the start of the game because he'd stopped off at a mate's place in Lara, funnily enough, and got caught watching a fishing video or something. And it was like, shit, I've got to get to the game. And it was that game. Me and my brother were in the rooms, and Tom Hafey, Mick Turner, like bloody Mick Turner was losing his mind. He's like, "Where the fuck is he? What is he doing?" You know. And then all of a sudden, just like it was like the waters just parted, and in comes Gazza, right? And the the trainers, the coaches, like, oh, come on, you know, the game's, you know, you got 15 minutes to get ready, mate. And my brother was like, you know, my brother was like 8 or 9 at the time, and he's just got walked right up in the middle of all this mayhem and just gone, "Oh, how's it going, Gazza?" And he's not a Geelong supporter either.
Now's not the time.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, but I was like, whenever I hear, you occasionally hear former players that talking about that day. I was like, yeah, well, I was in the rooms before the game that day, and it was that day we had to win that game to we had to win that game to avoid the spoon. And and I mean, and the thing is, he went out and put on an absolute clinic that day. Like, you know, he took like you could actually, there's actually a full video of that game on YouTube, which I recommend checking out, because he just some of the stuff he was doing that day was ridiculous. I think you probably have seen, if you've watched highlight videos, where he gets to sit on the guy's head and takes the mark on the guy's shoulders, running with the flight of the ball facing in the wrong direction. Like, you know, yeah.
He used to be friends with my neighbour back in the day. And when I used to live in Teesdale, which is, for those people not from the Victoria area or Geelong area, that's about 30 minutes out of Geelong. And I think I've told this story before, but my little brother came running in. He said, "Oh, Gary Abbott's next door." I'm like, "Bullshit, he's next door. Don't give me that bullshit." So I'm like, "All right, I'll have a look." And sure enough, he's out there chatting with the neighbour under the gazebo or whatever in their backyard. And I jumped the fence, and sort of this country town, Teesdale, where I live, so it wasn't like a big high 5'5" fence or whatever, but jumped the fence and like, "Oh, Gary, can we kick the footy?" And because I was a little kid back then, and he's like, "Oh yeah, all right." So he kicks a couple of torpies at me, just blasted me from 20 metres away, kicking torpies. And then 10 minutes later, he goes, "All right, fuck off." And he sends me back home with these 2 little kids. I'm like, I don't want to play with these little kids. Friggin' Nathan, Gary. I didn't know what's going on with Nathan and Gary. I was like, oh, now I'm like, they come in the house and Gary's going through the fridge and just taking what he wants without asking himself. A cheeky little prick. Anyway, that's my Gary Ablett story. Anyway. Like I've got a few, because I living out in the valley, out in the Latrobe Valley. His brothers played out here for quite a while, and Nathan was actually playing out here. Yeah, reasonably. So he's actually out here. You actually see him out here every now and again, because I think one of his brothers still actually lives out here. So yeah, they have a bit to, and like his some of his family and that, they're from Druin, so they still got family in Druin and all that. So yeah, you see them around a bit, but yeah. But I mean, yeah, like the thing is, like, yeah, just watching the game there tonight, I was just thinking, God, sorry.
You know,
chat in the comments. Someone's just laugh in the comments there. Anyway, sorry to cut you off.
I was like, oh, you know, and this was before I looked at the Crows game, but it's like, geez, you know, could we bloody win? Could we win it? Could we win it? Particularly in light of Gold Coast giving Brisbane a absolute belting the Sabo.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming. But yeah, I think I mean, look, if you watched Chris Scott's press conference on Thursday or yesterday or whenever it was, and I mean, he was saying, like, you know, look, we're just looking to sharpen up now, and you know, you see him getting a bit snippy there in the box and that tonight with a few things that happened. Like, well, that's good signs.
Well, you don't want
That's
him to be. You don't want him to be eating salad rolls in the box. I mean, Dangerfield was into the kebab tonight, but
we'll let the captain on the bench handle the snacks.
He's got a carbo load. Chris Scott doesn't need to be carbo loading in the coach's box, but Dangerfield could have ducked away to do that. But anyway,
yeah, bit of protein recovery. But yeah, just I don't know. You think I don't know, you look at how we played today, and it's like shit,
Keep it rolling. Can we do it again?
Can we just if we can play like this, then God, it's there. But
and it can come unstuck real quick too, though. That's the problem in finals. We could win the next 4 weeks by an average of 80 points, and it's not unlikely. Especially Sydney, we've done that before a couple of times against them, but I think that'll be the test for us. But Port losing by 98 points tonight, Essendon, who are going to be fielding their under 12s Auskick squad, and Richmond, who were probably one eye on Bali, planning their Bali trips and everything. So in the last game of the year, so the Sydney one's probably the only one where the season's done now. So thank you GWS for helping us a little bit there, taking away any incentives at all. But it's hopefully Cats will just keep rolling and, as you said, sharpen up a little bit. And the test comes in the first week of the finals, and main thing is we're fresh and just no excuses, really. You just don't want any excuses. Carrying injured players or whatever. Just if they need a rest them. Got the luxury now.
They said, they asked Bucks in the commentary, as a coach, did you prefer to have, at least one come up against one or two, finals contenders or, likely finals opponents in the run home? And he said, yeah, but, you don't get to choose, that's not up to you. You can only beat who's in front of you. And, that's fair enough. But, all form aside, let's be honest, our record at the SCG is a bit of a bogey, always been a bit of a bogey ground for us. Even when they haven't been going all that well. So, that's one of those things where, if I'm looking for signs, to go into a game like that and, put in an emphatic performance would go a long way to suggesting to me, yet we're cherry ripe here.
We play some good footy there. Yeah, keep going.
Having said that, Marnie from Kanga TV there made the point about being at the St Kilda game earlier in the year, and they attacked the corridor and all that. And it's like, that's what Brisbane did to us when they beat us a few weeks back. And that's what GWS did when they beat us a few weeks back.
Yep.
So when teams...
That's the model. Yeah.
When teams attack us through the middle, we don't seem to have the answers. And there were signs, there were some things in tonight's game which I'll touch on when I give my votes shortly, that I think are important to rectifying. And that's the main issue, because in that Brisbane game, they intentionally, they tricked us. They said, look, here's your guy, but they were playing, they were looking to play off so that it's like, we'll take that kick, but they were always just in a position, they position themselves so it's like, you take that kick and we're gonna come in and cut it off. And and that's the thing. People talk about, Scott was out coached. It's like, no, I can't have that, because they're trying to beat us at our own game essentially, and once the players are out on the ground, it's up to them to they know what they're supposed to be doing, and if they're the ones that have got to do the job. And the amount of times in that game that Brisbane sucked us in, guys just weren't having a look. They were just saying, okay, well, we're just going to do this. And we just kept playing into their hands. And, similar thing happened in the Giants game. So, that's my only real concern.
I think North tried to I don't know. That's my read on today is they were trying to take risks and they were just shit at it. They just keep falling. It kept good on them for trying, but it just goes to show that is the way to, as you said, it's the way to beat Geelong is to cut us up through the middle, just to really sort of expose our structure, because we like to have the game in control. But when you go through the middle, we can't squeeze teams like we like to. And North Melbourne and some other younger teams or inexperienced teams try it. But if you can't pull it off, you look pretty silly. And that's probably what we made North look like tonight. So, but good on them for trying.
Well, I do think the thing with North, though, and it's been, if I was a North supporter, the thing that I would be most concerned with them about is just, in the first 10 minutes of the game, we thought, they look like they're up and about here. But, once we sort of settled into our rhythm and got going, and, they kind of coughed it up a couple of times and we took it straight back down and shoved it down their throat, you could just see the heads dropping. And, then like I saw LDU bloody, chewing out teammates and stuff like that. It's like, what are you doing over there? You're supposed to be over there, and sort of what's going on and all this kind of thing. And yeah, they just, once we kind of upped the ante, they just fell apart basically, as the final margin will, as the final margin attests.
Could have been a lot higher too. Yeah,
I mean, just
for them. Luckily for us, luckily for them, it wasn't. So.
It could have a problem. But it's nice. It's always nice to see that. It's always nice to see you doing what you do. Play the way that you play at that level, where it's just, I mean, the whole third quarter and the first half of the last, it's like they're witches' hats. Like, we're not even paying any attention to them. We're just doing whatever the hell we want here.
Exactly. And all we want to do
when you can reach, and I think you can reach. I think when you reach that level against any opposition, you're a genuine contender.
Yeah. All right, let's get your votes.
And then it's just a case of well, I'm gonna I'm giving Baz the 3.
Oh, you're another one.
No, and my reason for that, again, look, I'd like to give Baz a Jezza 2.5, split the difference, because Blake kicks 11 goals and he's the first Geelong player to do it in 31 years. That you think that's 3, but look, the thing, not only did Bailey get a mountain of it, but he got a shitload of clearances, which is something that is a real weak, that is often, when we're not going well, is a real weakness for us. 13 clearances, that's a beast. That is a beast mode performance. And I mean, aside from his work rate, which is off the charts, he was actually surprisingly more creative than usual tonight. He's usually just I'll get it and I'll get rid of it, which is fine. But he used it. I thought he made good decisions, was quite creative, and used it, by Bailey's, often his standards, exceptionally tonight. So that's why I'm giving him 3. Jez of the two because 11 goals, and the one.
One's a hard one.
The one's a tough one. Yeah, I'd like to give it to Scratch because geez, he just looks more and more imposing with each passing game. He really does. And when the ump stops shafting him, it even more so. I mean, yeah, but like he's just
Exactly. He gets his
just
arm
an
stopped a lot, doesn't he?
imposing performance. He does, but then like those free kicks that they gave against Stengel when he took marks and things, it's like, oh geez, like if that was another better credentialed player, would that have got paid? I don't think that would have got paid. I think that's only got paid because he's a young, inexperienced, guy who doesn't have the reputation yet. Yeah, I don't know that those free kicks would be getting paid against, one of the elite key position forwards in the league. But no, I think you got to give it. I think I've got to give it to Tom Atkins to give that third vote, the single vote.
Well, love for Tom tonight. It's good. I'm loving the love for Tom.
Well,
he's
just so hard at it. What's not to like?
Watch the replay tomorrow. Check him out again. All the love that he got. Mate, thanks for coming on. I'll let you go. I've got a couple of others to come on. Ethan is sitting there. He's probably tired because he's on Australian time now. So we'll get Ethan on, and then I think we'll get Lucas on after that. But this is your second time on, I think. So I love having a chat, especially reminiscing about the old days too. That's always fun. I enjoy that part the most. I do want to have a show at some stage, probably over summer. I might just do a show where I just talk about old games for a little bit. So I'll get lost. I forget about the game we just played and talk about the old games. But it is post-game live. So.
Yeah, if you're serious about doing that, I'm more than happy to get involved with that because
we'll be in touch.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time watching footy over the years. So yeah,
I reckon there'd be a little bit
being a Geelong supporter. Fortunately, it's been mostly good times.
It has, mate. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one, hopefully, or soon.
Yes, no problem. Go Cats.
Go Cats. All right. Here he is. Hang on. America, fuck yeah. Coming again to save the motherfucking day. Yeah, America. Ethan, welcome to Australia.
Yes, sir.
How is things since you've landed in Melbourne? Are you in Adelaide at the moment?
I am in Adelaide tonight. Got properly drenched at Showdown. I could have been under a roof watching Jez kick 11, but
you've missed it. I understand your choice, but goodness me, you've missed history tonight. Geelong history.
Oh, I know. Between that, I made sure to get seats undercover at GWS last night, and of course, perfectly dry. Although it was a great view, actually.
Yeah.
Everything's been terrific so far. I have not seen a minute of our game yet, but it's nice that I hardly had to stress. By the time the first quarter was over, felt awfully good. Like I always go into games against teams that we've done really well against, like apprehensive.
Me too. Yep.
Like if Essendon were healthy, I'd be scared shitless of them too. But looks like we took care of business, whereas, last year in Tasmania, North made us work for it. It looks like we just, being able to just bury a team like that is underrated. And you can't call us flat track bullies considering the win at the Adelaide Oval, the Hawthorn win, and the Collingwood win. But yeah, everything's been great so far. The live experience has been great.
Good.
Compared to like an American stadium experience, I mean, like going to get a drink at halftime is so easy and so fast. Like,
oh really? Oh, okay, that's interesting. At both venues, Marvel and Adelaide Oval.
Haven't been to Marvel yet. I'll be at Marvel Thursday for the Dodge and the Toby-less Giants. But yeah, everything's been a breeze. Compared to our prices, everything's a bargain.
Yes. Yep.
And I look forward to going back and watching this one. And so I can't really give you any votes or anything,
That's all right.
but
I'm-
I can tell you from the rest of the games that I've watched so far, Finn Callahan broke James Jordan's tag last night. And that was I think a 69-point turnaround or something like that.
Nice.
Something in that range, because they won by maybe 79. It was, I think it was, whatever it was remarkable how GWS turned it on.
What is it? Giants won by 44, but it was a turnaround.
Yeah, they were down 35. So yeah, 79.
79. There you go.
And then
That was crazy, that game. Crazy.
Every time I watch Carlton, I don't know how the hell we lost to them.
You got to say Carlton.
Carlton.
You got to say the Carlton. No, you don't have to say it like that. There was a thing on a football show on TV years ago where they had the Carlton president. His name was John Elliott, and he never actually said this in his life, but they always used to sort of make fun of him and say "pig's ass." And I don't know. People that have used to watch the footy show will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so yeah, it's Carlton. But you've enjoyed the footy so far. Like you've had,
it's been great.
The crowd's been up and about, especially the Port Adelaide one. You would have thought the crowd would be right from the beginning. Maybe not so in the last quarter, but in the early days.
Even with the weather, it was good. Honestly, the crowd at GWS last night was pretty good. It was a little more than half Swans, but it was just about full, and it was good back and forth. Like, I hope they can start bringing in bigger crowds there. It's a really nice stadium.
The showground, the orange one. Okay. I've never been to that one. That's one I haven't seen. I've been to the Gold Coast one, which looks like a high school football ground. It's rubbish, unless it's got better since I've been there, but it looked terrible. Have been to the SCG once, which was old but traditional, historic, I guess. You want to, if that's what you're into. I've never been to Adelaide Oval, but Marvel and the MCG.
I already want to come back. I want to do Gather Round. This place is amazing. I'm looking forward to enjoying the city the next couple days. Hopefully, rains less. For the forecast, it looked like it was going to just be kind of intermittent, little drizzle here and there, and then it just started dumping. And
when do you come to Geelong? Is it on the day of the game?
Yeah, I'm going to take the train down on Sunday. Be there for the pregame meetup, of course, and then stick around for Monday, and then Tuesday going to do Great Ocean Road, and then I'll be back into town for the Essendon game that following Friday.
Nice. So you'll get to the gate. You'll go from the station to the meetup, or you go from the station and check the ground out first, and then go to the meetup.
From the station, probably drop my bag at the hotel and come right to the meetup.
Oh, okay. Yep. Don't tell everyone where the hotel is, unless you want to. Tell it.
I mean, ladies.
Hello. Anyone?
Just saying, single American guy roaming around. Just saying.
You won't see him again.
Unless you give me a reason to. Give me reasons to come back.
Put a ring on it. No, that'll be good. It'll be good to see you. I think we're all. It feels like it's been a long time in the making. The meetup. We haven't had a meetup before for the Hoops crew. The actual crew itself, we've had meetups because we usually meet up around Christmas time to have a chat about the year and what's the year ahead and all that. But we actually haven't had a fan meetup before, so I am pretty excited about that. And hopefully, I don't know how many people might get 5 people turn up, but hopefully it's open to everyone. So it's an open. Well, it's not an open bar, but come along and buy yourself a drink. And just look for Paul. He'll be wearing his Ninja Turtle pajamas.
Excellent.
He promised he'd wear them, so it's going to be terrific. But it's exciting, and look, Kardinia Park doesn't have the same atmosphere as what the MCG has, and it's more of a more the history there and just the tradition. The
I'll do what I
crowd.
can to bring the noise and the energy. I'm excited.
I still get chills going there. Years later, I've been there. I just get it. Yeah, it's a different place, and I love it. And it's just pro. It's 90% Geelong crowd, probably 95% Geelong crowd. So if we're going really well, it's a big party. If we're not going so well, it's very, very quiet. It's very quiet.
Well, hopefully we'll be up and about. Just looking through the stats tonight, I'm just impressed to see, and I'm excited to go back and watch. Bailey Smith, nearly 70% efficiency with more than half the possessions contested, and 77 inside 50s for the team.
Yep.
77?
Is that a record? It's got to be close.
I don't know, but we've got 4 different guys with at least 8 of them, which that's almost unheard of.
That's crazy.
And I don't know, was this the first triple-digit margin of the year, or there haven't been many? I know at the time we beat Essendon by 95, that had been the largest.
It hasn't been. We haven't had a triple-figure game since 2022, the year of the premiership. So read into that what you will, but it has been.
No, but I mean, around the entire competition, I don't know if there's been one yet.
I'm not sure. There's been a lot of. There's probably been 170 games been played to this, or 60 games I've been played. But I feel like there has been, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But it was.
Well, the Dogs have beaten Essendon by 93, and what was the other? 91. That was historic. Beating a team by 90 twice. But no, I think, unless I'm missing something here, I think this is the first triple-digit margin that anyone's had all season, which is kind of amazing.
Collingwood defeated Port Adelaide in 136
round 1.
That was 91 points. Okay, round 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
And again, I know that when we beat Essendon by 95, that was the biggest to that point. So, in today's game, it's hard to beat anyone by triple digits. And I mean, North, I look at the list they threw out there tonight. It's guys that are, save for maybe 2 or 3 of them, worthy of senior level games. Yeah. It's not like we were playing, an awful, awful team like there's some of the North teams the last few years that we've poured it on.
Geelong's had, up until before tonight, Geelong had the highest with 95. And then tonight we've added Adelaide with 98-point win and Geelong with a 101-point win. But Geelong's also had a 78-point win, a 76-point win, and a 72-point win this year. Big wins. Wow. I'm looking at the top 15 wins of 2025, and Geelong's got 4 of them at this. Well, 5 of them, with more to come. You'd imagine with Essendon and Richmond around the corner.
I hope so.
Does that mean? Is that a sign of premierships? Does that mean premierships, or is it just this is a little fun stat to look at? I don't know.
I think it's a little of both. I mean, it's not like we've poured it on against finalists. We've had to gut out wins over finals caliber teams. And that it's funny because on one hand you have, other than a couple of games where we've just wet the bed, we've been very consistent. And on the other side, you have a team like the Suns, who last week got blasted, turn around today and smoke the Lions. I mean, the Suns are a different team at home and away. We know that. But I maintain, and I've had this conversation with a few people over the last few days, I'll take our average over anyone else's decent or average, except maybe Collingwood, who I also think we match up well with. There are still teams that on their best days give us, there are teams that at their best are better than us at our best. But us at our just okay, just decent, against other teams just okay or decent, I'll take us every time.
You know what's interesting about the top 8? I reckon there's pretty much everyone in the top 8, their best can win the grand final. Maybe that's a stupid thing to say, but you've seen a grand final team, pretty much out of everyone. I'm just trying to think if there's any that maybe I don't see as potentially winning it. Ladder positions play a big role because it's clearly harder to make the grand final from 7th and 8th when you don't get a home
and
final
just
at all. But yeah,
just how many
So
teams
we've
are
seen
so much better at home this year?
We've seen Gold Coast look terrific. We've seen the Bulldogs look amazing at times, just not against, for some reason, they just can't win those close ones against the good teams. And GWS, they look probably just as good as the Bulldogs at times. But and then obviously your top four, like there's nothing you really need to say about those teams. So everyone can do
Look
it.
at Freo lately.
Freo is probably the one that I said about 2 months ago. I said, keep an eye on Freo because they started slow, but they're coming. Have they just timed it right? Is probably the thing. So timing's.
I mean, when we played them round one, they were super injured. They started the year with a lot of injuries, and they've also they learned how to play the right sort of pace. They had tried to take the air out of the ball too much for their own good, and now I think they've got such good speed and they're leaning into it more.
Champion Data said they were the team that hit the pause button more than anyone else. I think that was the first 6 or 8 weeks of the season, and then
that makes sense.
They made changes, and probably got some personnel back as well, which helps. And Murphy Reed's really starting to become a great player already in his first year, and they're a different team to what they were. So playing them again in September would be a different proposition. You'd think we're playing them at the MCG if we play them. I'm scared about playing anyone because you just know, as I said, anyone's best is capable of winning the whole thing. So I wouldn't go into any single game being confident of a win, no matter what venue it's being played at.
Just, put yourself in position so that you need to win 3 games instead of 4 and go out there and give them what you got.
100%. Win 2 games in a row and then just roll up grand final day and throw everything at it. I mean, you just got to win those 2 games to get in the grand final if you finish top 4. And it's bloody hard to get there, though, as we know. It's not an easy one, and 90 seconds away last year, and that still burns today. But
look, we're in a position now where, by all means, we should be a top 4 team. Just with how many games a lot of the other teams have against each other, I think we're in good shape with that.
I think so. I think we'll be there. It's just if the wheels really fall off. I'm not going to be surprised if we lose to Sydney. I won't be surprised. But if we lose another one, if we lose 2 out of the next 4, we've thrown it away, I think.
Yeah.
Mostly because we've timed it wrong. The poor forms hit us at the wrong time of the year. But and
the way those other teams that we're going to be playing have gone lately, I mean, Port tonight it wasn't a lack of effort, it was just a lack of, they looked like they had no talent whatsoever out there.
Yeah. No. I don't know what they put out last night or tonight. It is last night now, it's past midnight, but yeah, it was just, North is a struggle, and they will be for some time yet, I think. I was being polite when we had our friend from Kanga TV, Marnie, come on. I was trying to be as polite as I could, but I feel like Clarkson hasn't got long to go. I feel like he's out the door. I know he's only really had 2.5 seasons at the helm, but looks like the game's moved past him. And maybe he'll turn it around. Maybe he'll make me look stupid because he's a lot smarter. He knows a lot more about football than I do. But you've seen it so many times before with Dennis Pagan and Mick Moldhouse and other coaches that have been legends of the game that just can't seem to do it later in their career. They just, I don't know, they don't see things the right way, or the players they can't connect with the players like they used to for whatever reason. So
even the best coaches in just about every sport, at some point, the game moves on from them.
Yeah, it does. It's football. It moves on from athletes and it moves on from coaches as well. It's you might know football more than you ever have in your life, but you've got to communicate that to a different generation of kids that see the world differently to how maybe the premiership team, I use Hawthorn, for example, the premiership teams of the Hawthorn era that, the next kids coming through, the Hockball side, they're not going to respond to Alistair Clarkson like those other guys did. They'll be like, what are you talking about? I mean, that's an extreme example, but we've had the luxury of a bit of stability at Geelong since the year 2000. We've had 2 coaches in 25 years at the club. It's been a luxury.
That's what successful teams do across really all sports. The other thing I will say, I'm surprised that North actually got some hitouts tonight, unlike last week, looking through the numbers, but
I'm not.
If they had Jerry, I would have been much more concerned.
Oh, yeah. But then Reece stands up against the good ruckman. He loves playing good ruckman. He just doesn't like playing the guys that he's never seen before. It's like when you play tennis. I don't know if you follow much professional tennis.
I follow some.
You come up against a player that you've never seen before. There's no history on them, and all of a sudden they surprise you and they get a big scalp. It's like, oh, who's this guy? Oh, I've never watched any tape. I don't know what he's about. I joke a little bit, but Reece strikes me as the guy that he'd rather play a Rowan Marshall, or he'd rather play a Max Gawn or something like that, than some kid that you've never heard their name before. I don't know the North bloke he was on tonight. I've never heard of him, but I'm just glad Cherry wasn't there because it probably helped us. But yeah, Reece looked lost at times tonight. Did some good things too, but did look a bit lost. That's just me. I'm hard on Reece. I love him, but I'm hard on him.
If you can find things to criticize in a triple-digit win, that's a great problem to have.
I'm a fool. Clearly Reece did 10 things right and a couple of things wrong. But that was, and Jeremy Cameron missed a couple of shots as well. So no one did everything right. So, but
I'll review this in the next 24 hours, and then Americans watching the footy will take a bit of a different tone this week because it'll be bit more about the in-person experience than the analysis. And tune in and look forward to seeing everybody now officially about 7.5 days.
Yes. 11 and a half hours, 7 days, 11 and a half hours. There you go. If we're on time, I'll be there.
Oh yeah. Cause I've also got the little, because I'm 30 minutes off now, which, I'm used to time changes, but the 30-minute thing is tricky.
Yeah. How do you do that? You're constantly switching. I mean, thank God for our phones do the work for us. But if you had a watch with a dial on it, it'd be a nightmare. I don't carry one of those anymore. Got a little iPhone or whatever the iPhone watch, Apple watches anyway. All right, we'll rest up, and I'll see you in a week. And as I said, if anyone wants to meet Ethan from Americans Watching the Footy, the number one analyst on the Hoops Crew post-game live show. He will be at Little Creatures, 12 o'clock Sunday before the Port Adelaide game, which kicks off at around about 3:15. I think they might have brought the time forward or whatever, but it's round about then anyway.
They did. But and I'll be around town the following day as well.
Nice little someone. You're gonna have breakfast with someone. And ladies, hit him up. He's in town for one night only, so you gotta. Anyway, that'll be fun. I'd love to. No, gentlemen don't tell, so just keep that to yourself. But yes, catch up with Ethan at Little Creatures. Thanks for coming on, mate. Enjoy watching.
Thank you. See you there.
Take care. All right, Lucas, if you're in the ether, you're welcome to jump on, but I'll just say who's in the chat. Hello to some latecomers. Thomas, I saw you on there before, and I think you might have had your camera off at the wrong moment, but you are welcome to jump back on if you want to. Otherwise, we'll hopefully chat with you next week or whenever. But yes, feel free to come back on. There is no one in the queue at the moment. I always make Lucas wait till the end. Well, I usually do. I'm curious to see how much he'll be unhappy with the performance tonight. Where is Lucas exactly? I'll pin that until he actually turns up. But I have messaged him on Instagram and said he's probably stuck on the slippy slide in the backyard or something. I don't know. Maybe he's getting changed. Maybe he's getting into his Darth Maul mode, his evil mode, because he's pissed off, or he's trying to find a candle in the second drawer of the kitchen or something like that. Where do you keep your candles? I don't know. That's where I don't even know if we've got candles. Actually, no, it was my daughter's 14th birthday yesterday, and so we didn't have the cake on the day of the birthday. We had it today, and I was looking around for candles forever. Anyway, that's me stalling. Here is Lucas. Hang on. Do I have some music?
I'm dead sexy.
Where's your camera,
My
Lucas?
sexy body.
I've queued him up, but there he is. Hello. He's got the shirt
How
off.
we doing?
Shirt is off.
Shirts
Nipples are
off.
out.
No, well, it's covered at the moment. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's good to see we have a North Melbourne debut on the show. That's what we want. We want other fan bases to come to our channel. Unfortunately, it has to be North Melbourne. That's the sad thing. You know, North Melbourne, you had your chance 10 years ago to be a powerhouse when you got offered to go to the Gold Coast. And your board member at the time, who was it at the time? James Brayshaw, who's no longer there, who said no. Now, you could have been a financial powerhouse, and now you're nothing. You're going to be bottom for the next 10 years. Tasmania, you're going to come in. They were absolutely pathetic tonight, North Melbourne. Now, I said last week, I want them to win by 100. I want them to be ruthlessness. That's what I said. I said that.
Yep.
And
we were, weren't we?
And and that's what we did. We were ruthless. It was an absolute bout time because the Dogs did it last night against who'd they play? Essendon. Was it Essendon? Yeah, Essendon. And they smashed them by 90 points. I wanted the same thing. So I'm glad we put in fourth quarters. But they're absolutely pathetic, North Melbourne. They're going nowhere fast. They've got a coach that's past it. They've got a game style that's past it. Alistair Clarkson's all about contested possession win, uncontested marks. They don't even do that at North. What the hell? They don't even do that. I don't even know what their philosophy is. They've got 4 of the worst players in the AFL, LDU, Simpkin, Serha, Caleb Daniel. What an embarrassment team. Thank God we're not that. All right, let's move on from that. Sorry, I thought I'd just have to have a rant on that.
No, they get paid well though.
Yeah.
They get paid very well.
Yeah, but I love how not other members come to our channel. That's good. But I thought I'd just have to put that. Yeah, you can't complain. You had your chance to move to the Gold Coast. You had all that money and you said no. So don't complain now. Right now, with our team, like I said, we did the job done. There's nothing to get excited about. I'm just doing a space at the moment. So I've got the second phone up. You can see the space. We're in the space here. So I'm using my second phone. I haven't got my equipment yet. Haven't got the camera or the microphone yet.
We're still waiting.
I'm still waiting. I know I keep saying that every week. I'm gonna get it this week, but I don't. I'm sorry. I have to apologise. We'll get it soon. Trust me. I've got other more important things to worry about. Probably tickets to Adelaide Oval when we play the Crows in the first week. Maybe.
That's a good possibility, I think.
Also, I need to get a car. I'm on my license. I've got to finish that off. So I've got.
If Lucas gets on the road, friggin' hell.
Watch out, Hawthorn supporters. I'm coming.
I've pinned a comment from Kira, and it's not coming off until we see a bit of action. But 40 star jumps, apparently, you owe us. I don't know.
What is that about? What is that about? I'm gonna.
It's going to be a bit bouncy though, with the shirt off. But anyway.
Do we actually want that with the shirt off?
I think Kira wants it. I'm not sure. Kira, give us an explanation. Maybe you made promises or something like that. The Jezza would be shit. And let's not forget, Lucas. Let's remind everyone that's new to Post Game Live that you wanted Jezza put in the VFL about 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that.
Well, and let's not forget that he heard the show and then he started to get better. And same with Shannon Neal. I bagged him. He got better. So they do listen. I've bagged Chris Scott. I think he plays too much FIFA with his brother, and they do absolutely random shit. But no, I can't complain. I said we should be ruthless, and we were. So I can't really complain. Cameron kicked 11. Neil kicked 4. Who else kicked goals? I've got no idea. But they kicked goals. Stan Gunn had a good game. He had a great game actually. Mena unfortunately was a little bit disappointing. He didn't really hit the scoreboard.
Woodside hit the goal. It was a great goal
Yeah.
from point blank. Actually, no. The goal umpire said it was a goal, but it actually went the other side of the post, and they changed the score. Stupid bloody goal, but easiest job in the world being a goal umpire.
I can't believe the reviews they're having. This is the biggest disgrace ever. You know, why cannot we get the best technology? Why are we looking at cameras from 15 years ago? Surely they must be in 4K. Surely we can get angle. Look at the basketball. Look at the NFL. They get it absolutely right with their cameras. Why can't we? You know, we're a $1 billion industry. We can't even look at a bloody camera without saying, oh, it's blurry. Ridiculous.
You've got an excuse. You're not a $1 billion industry, Lucas, so you've got an excuse for not having the equipment, but the AFL has no excuse.
Yeah.
We'll give you a pass. We'll give you a pass. Your mum's saying, where's the shirt, Lucas? Your mum.
Yeah, mum.
Lucas's mum. Had a good win tonight, the Crows, Lucas's mum.
I've had enough of it. I've had enough of that team. I've really had enough of that team.
You're a football supporter, I'm sure you are.
Yeah,
I'm sure you want the Crows to win.
Yeah, I feel like we're in trouble if we do play them at Adelaide Oval. Here we go.
We haven't lost. When was the last time we lost to Adelaide at Adelaide Oval? I don't know. What's the winning rate? Hang on, let me look at that.
Oh, it's been about 10 years. So here we go. Look.
Here we go, the mighty Crows. Yay! We are the Crows, the greatest team of all. We are the Crows. We're always on the ball.
Boom, boom.
Oh shit!
The Camry Crows.
Can you imagine if they win? If they did beat us in the qualifying final, I need help. But,
Geelong has won 5 in a row at Adelaide Oval and 7 out of 8. So there you go.
Yes.
Suck on that. And a couple of big wins at Adelaide Oval as well. Thank you very much.
Well, we own Port Adelaide. We've had big wins against Port Adelaide in finals, but not against the Crows. Not against the Crows.
We've beaten the Crows twice in a row there, I think. Twice in a row. Yeah, twice in a row. Yep. But no worry, we'll get them. We've won 14 and lost 9. Since they opened the friggin' doors, we've won 14 and lost 9.
Well, they got us in 2017, didn't they? They got us in 2017.
That's fine.
I'll tell you what. Post-game live from Adelaide Oval. You thought the Port Adelaide one was wild. If we win that, everything might come off. Then there might be everything off. The lid will be off. We'll do a nude one from Adelaide over to the casino.
Naked star jumps.
Prepare for the impossible. There is no such thing as the impossible on that post game live.
Just shake it up, naked star. Anyway, it's getting late.
I might have to do it from the uni rooms because I might not be allowed back home. I might have to stay at the casino till 4 a.m. Hopefully pick up a bird and maybe I can stay at her place. We'll see.
What happens if Adelaide and Geelong finish first and second and we somehow find our way to a grand final? How is the living arrangements going to be with mum if that happens? How's that going to work? Are you going to have to find a place to stay for the week? Stay with Gary or go meet up with Darren and stay in Victoria? Come to Victoria for the week. I'm sure someone will put you up for a night or a couple of nights. Get away from. You can't be in the same house with mum.
That's a no-win situation, whether Geelong win or Crows win. Someone's going to be miserable as hell for the next, 60. I won't even be out if the Crows win. I may not even be able to enjoy the Ashes for crying out loud. So that's a complete nightmare. But it could happen. Could be Geelong and Crows grand final. That's a very real possibility. If that North Melbourne fan's still on, if you can hit me up, I might start your place for a week or two. We'll see. But
every time we get a female opposition fan on, you always fall in love with them. Oh God.
As I said,
world out there, Lucas. Beyond. God. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for coming on, Marnie and Soz from St Kilda's the other day. Dear.
I had something for Soz, but she never came on. But anyway, that I kind of ruined that.
She was coming on the other night, but she was unwell, so unfortunately.
Oh,
quite make
okay.
it, so,
Well, I had a T-shirt for her that I brought, but she ruined that. But anyway, that's all right.
We'll get you in a button-up on grand final day, and then because that'll be perfect. We get you in the button-up to start the show, and then you just go full Hulk mode.
Hulkamania.
Hulkamania. We've won the flag, and just again champers everywhere. Put the ski goggles on and just champers all around the house, and then your mum will go wild, but that's fine. We won the granny. You'll deal with that the next day.
Rest in peace, the great Hulk Hogan, by the way. No, well, shit. Yeah, that's a reality I don't like, Ben. Whether if we win by 100 points, because even if we win by 100 points against the Crows in the grand final, like I said, I may not be able to come back home for a while. So no situation, no situation's good. Coach can stay at my house, my house. Lock up my daughters. Oh well, if your daughters are not there, I'm not interested, Gilmore. But
I'll post the address in the notes, Darren. I don't actually know it. All right. Rest in peace, Thunder Lips.
Yep, Thunder Lips. Yep, from Rocky. Yes. Incidentally, my mum actually likes those Rocky 3 with Mr. T. Come on, Ben. My mum actually likes those movies. So she watches them quite frequently. She likes Sylvester Stallone.
What's your favourite Rocky movie? Or you're in the chat, Mum, so you can let me know. And if it's not number 4, then you're wrong.
The Ivan Drago. What is your favourite movie? Rocky movie. The third. No, she likes the Russian Ivan Drago. Yeah. Number 4. So that's her favorite. Yes. She doesn't like the new ones. Because she's like, glad we're talking movies on a footy chat. See what we do.
Well, I like movies, but yeah, the Cats did have a 101-point win against North Melbourne. It did smell a bit like 2007 qualifying final. Back in the days, Glenn Archer was running around, and Cam Mooney was getting into fights before the game with him, and all that sort. That was great. I was at that game.
Drew Petrie and the shin boner. Yeah, Boomer Harvey. Yes.
Troy Makepeace, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, Makepeace. Yes.
He's an old name.
Yeah. Well, back in the late 90s when they would beat us in semi-finals with Wayne Carey and David King and all those blokes. Shannon Grant also gave us some pain. But can you talk about the game, please? Well,
we're talking about Rocky 4, Darren. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, talk about the game.
Did I watch it? Of course I watched it. Apparently not much of it, but I watched it. Because the showdown was at the same time. So every time Crows did something, they were screaming, they were shouting. It was absolute torture. So AFL, never ever do that again. Never put a showdown with a Geelong game. That's ridiculous. You make it worse that you take free-to-air TV off a Saturday and you put the worst Friday night teams ever. What the fuck is Essendon doing on a Friday night? What's that about?
I've got a feeling if the nuff of the week isn't Toby Green, it'll be whoever does the AFL fixture will be the nuff of the week this week. I'm sure Paul's already thinking about it, but it's been an absolute.
No, I'm gonna have a go at Paul here. If Toby Green should not be enough for the week, I have no problem with. First of all, it's Tom Papley. We don't like Tom Papley anyway. Second of all, he was right about Tom Papley. Tom Papley is one of those regular season players, and then when it comes to the big dance, he disappears like he did in the last 2 grand finals. So no enough for the week for Toby Green. And plus, if Toby Green wanted a trade, we'd be into him, of course. Unlike Tom Papley, if Tom Papley asked for a trade, we would not want him.
I don't want anything to do with Toby Green. No.
Oh, you don't like Toby Green?
No.
Even
if he's volunteered his services for nothing, I wouldn't want to borrow him.
Oh man, I'd trade him for Ollie Dempsey. He's that good. Oh, so Toby Green. Goodness me. Okay. Sorry, Toby. I tried. If you're watching, I tried. Now, back to movies. Sorry, Daryl. Now, I don't know if you're noticing, but I've been posting movies on my Instagram.
Yeah, only
So no, my Instagram. You know, I've been posting. Yeah, come on. What? I don't need to post movies on OnlyFans. If it was movies, it would be with me, not other things. Trust me on that.
Gary's in the chat. Welcome, Gary. Lucas needs some cash, by the way, Gary. So can you just spot him? You've already spent about 600 on shots for him, but
yeah.
We've got to get Lucas to Victoria and Kiri as well. So we've got to get them both somehow to Victoria in the finals, because I think we can say it. We're finals bound, and we'll probably play a final, at least one final in Victoria. So, Victoria I know you like South Australia, but it's we have gather round in Victoria pretty much every weekend, mate. So if you love
you have it every week. I don't know why. It's just absolutely fucking bullshit. You know, we only get it once a year. That's why we need 2. See, this is what happens, right? We get 2 weeks to gather round, and then I'd say we need 3 weeks. One at the start, one at the middle, and then one at the end. So get rid of, gather round 2.0 can be opening rounds. We can have opening rounds and we can have gather round, because basically we hate opening, playing all the way in Queensland anyway. So you might as well get rid of that. Well, have it at Adelaide Oval where we play, where that's our home away from home with our record. So just have opening round at Adelaide Oval, gather round as well. There we go. 4 games at Adelaide Oval for Geelong.
We'll take the test match off you soon. When we get the Tasmania stadium, we'll move the Adelaide test match to Tasmania, and we'll just take the Adelaide one away, because that's probably the one that's the low hanging fruit.
The low-hanging fruit. The low-hanging fruit. You don't know what a day-night test match is if it was played in your backyard, Ben. You never had one.
One day.
So well, you're never going to have a Boxing Day night test match. That's never going to happen. And I don't know. I'm mad about Adelaide Oval. Andrew Dillon not giving us the Sheffield Shield there. I'm still waiting for his invite to the cricket net so I can have a bowl at him, but he hasn't got back to me yet. And now we've lost the day-night test match at Adelaide Oval to fucking Brisbane. That stadium is 1800s. That's old as fucking Gilmore, that stadium.
They're building a new one, isn't there? Talk about another.
Well, they were going to build one during the Olympics. Why wait till then? Why not start now? Because that Gabba's an absolute disgrace. And how we lost the day-night test match to that stadium, I'll never know. But we'll talk about the footy. We'll leave that. But Andrew Dillon, if I see you, things are going to happen in the net, buddy. Things are going to happen. Right, yes. But not just me, but maybe with a bowling machine at 150 clicks an hour. That'll fix him up. You may never see him again.
Set it to 11.
Yeah. I'll do that. All right. But no. Well, like I said, the Geelong game, we did what we had to do against Geelong. Against North. Who the fuck did we play? Portland. North Melbourne.
You've joined Marnie from Kanga TV, have you? Is that what you've done? You've been swayed to the other side. Goodness me, I'm not surprised.
Well, with all the podcasts I've been on, I'm not surprised what I'm on these days.
We're going to lose you soon, because you'll probably get snapped up by the Blue Broad show or the Jumper Punch with Scotty. And are you best friends with Scotty now? Would you say you're close friends, or is it still that sort of is more of a frenemy? What would you call him?
Well, I'm more friends with Scotty than I am with Terry, because every time I go into his chat, he kicks me off. So
he blocks you from commenting and all that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So well, maybe he's scared. I did say I want a charity boxing match against him, but he's not interested. He's running scared. But anyway, with the Jumper Punch, those guys are great. Liam, the Richmond supporter, Rocco, they're all fantastic. Not much love from Terry, unfortunately.
We're trying to set up the octagon match with you and Terry for the morning of grand final day. Just when we get everyone who's sort of excited, the carnival atmosphere before the game. Channel 7 will be there, and we'll cross to the octagon. We'll get all the YouTube AFL personalities to come along, and we'll hopefully you'll be the what's not the undercard? What's the main event? Yeah, that you'll be the main event. You and Terry, and we'll probably try and tee up someone else as well, but it'll happen. Maybe.
Well, I'll tell you what. If the Crows are playing Geelong in the grand final, I need something. And if Terry belts the shit out of me, then so bloody be it. I need to take my.
How tall are you? How tall are you?
No, I'm only 5'10".
No, he's got you. He's got you covered. I reckon he's about 6'3". and he's big.
Six. I'm 110 kilos worth of power. I only need one shot, one good shot. Trust me, one good shot. So if I clip him, he's going down. You know, I'm not back when I was 19, 20, when I was 78 kilos. Actually, I prefer to be that way, by the way. I think my mum does as well. When I was 78 kilos, you know, trying to dominate cricket. So I'm not that anymore, but I've got knockout power, one shot power. That's it. I only need one shot. So he better be running scared.
If you could bring a weapon into the octagon, would it be a cricket ball, a cricket bat? Would it be something with a blade, an aluminium bat like Dennis Lilly did back in the day? Was it Dennis Lilly?
If I can bowl like Jeff Thompson, 150 clicks, that'd be very nice.
You just bring your arm. That's all you need. Just your bowling arm.
Trust me, I wouldn't be here. I'd be playing for Australia if I was bowling 150 clicks. But no. I love Terry. He knows that. It was out of fun, you know.
We all love Terry. Yeah.
I think I've angered him, but that's all right. I keep trying. I keep going on his show. Maybe I've got to do it when they win, not when they lose. But unfortunately, they lose all the time. So you know that's hard to do. It's hard. Us. We're in the top four. Are we in the top four? We're in the top four. Interesting game next week when they play Hawthorn. Now when Crows play Hawthorn, now that will decide where both clubs are at. So if Hawthorn win that game, we've got a problem against Hawkball. We've got a huge problem. Maybe Crows are not as good as what we think. Same if Crows belt the hell out of Hawthorn, then there's nothing to see. Because we don't want a Hawthorn and Geelong grand final. We don't want that.
Yes, we do. I do.
Well, shit.
I need payback. I need it. It's the only way I can get to sleep at night. I haven't slept since 2008. I need a good night's sleep, and the only way to get it is to beat Hawthorn in a grand final. So bring it on, I say.
You do know if Hawthorn make the grand final, you do know that they would be in red hot form. You know that, right? They'd be peaking.
I'll take it. Give it to me any day of the week. I want to play him in a granny, and I want payback. I want Stewie Dew to come. I want to sit next to Stewie Dew, and just tell him all. Oh, fuck you, Stewie Dew. I want to tell him all about it. I want to just smile at friggin' Sam Mitchell afterwards. Just that little smile out the side of my mouth, like he does all the time, little bastard. Anyway, I'll get over it. I've got to talk to my counsellor a little bit more. A couple more sessions really required.
Well, I'm still upset with West Coast in the 90s. So, you know, I'm with you. I'm with you with that one. Damn that cheating fucking state team that they had back then, and the juice that they were on. Fuck them. Carlton, Carlton, I can accept. The Carlton loss, I can accept. Maybe, but West Coast on stateside, how they had that side, I've got no idea. And on the juice, with North Melbourne lost as well, they were just finals. You know, they were just regular losses that we lose. Hawthorn in '89, that one really hurt because Ablett had the best game ever in a grand final. You
know who Hawthorn's playing in the last 4 weeks? I'll tell you if you don't know.
Yeah, go on.
So they've got Adelaide next.
Yeah.
Then Collingwood. Probably will beat Melbourne after that. And then they've got to finish it off with a trip to the Gabba to play the Lions. They've got a tough run. They've got a real tough run. So
see, if they make the grand final and they've bet all those teams, you know, you sure you really want to play them? But
yeah, well, that's true. That's the point.
Yeah. Well, we got to get back 08. We got to get back 89. So there's no time like the present, Ben.
Richmond's probably 15 years away from being in finals again, so we won't worry about that just yet. We'll worry about that.
I felt very bad for Junior that day. That was just a terrible day on one shoulder. But they had probably the greatest clutch player in the history of the game in Martin. So there's probably no shame in that. I'm not that upset with that one, but with the Ablett situation, that was a bit sad, to be honest. I didn't want him to go out like that. But no angry feelings towards Richmond like I do with Hawthorn. No, there'd be none of that.
You've said jumping jacks. Talk footy, coach. Talk footy. Give us your wisdom. We want to see. Actually,
I've been doing that for last hour.
Before you came on, we were saying, who is Lucas going to be upset with tonight? Was Geelong's performance satisfactory, or is there some players in the gun that you weren't happy with?
Well, I wasn't happy with Mena's performance. He had a bit of a shocking game. Tom Stewart, I think Tom Stewart should be dropped. He was bad tonight. He was very bad tonight. Now, see, then why do you do that? Why do you gotta do that? You know, you tell me.
Kiri said it as well. He didn't like Tom's game tonight. I don't know.
You tell me to put someone in the twos, and I did, and you don't like it. What Tom? Look, it probably not drop. Drop's a harsh word, all right, with Tommy. But maybe rested. He just doesn't look right to me. You know, he was up against Jack Darling. Jack Darling is 50 years old and washed, and he couldn't spoil him. You know, it was embarrassing. That's the only one negative I have was Tom Stewart against Darling. Tom Stewart owned him.
13 possessions, 6 marks. And
a goal. Yeah,
84% of game time.
Yeah. So I would have rested. I don't know why he played. I don't know why he played tonight. I don't understand that. He's not 100% fit. You know, you've got easy games coming. Well, next week's basically a bye, isn't it, with Port Adelaide?
Maybe.
I'll tell you what, if we lose to Port Adelaide, I'll get naked either way. But yeah, we will not lose to Port Adelaide. We will not give. This will be Ken Hinkley's last game. He'll come to Geelong for his homecoming. We'll cheer him off, and we can cheer off that Zach Butters. So we'll get Ken Hinkley back there as a director, and then we'll get Zach Butters. And then we're going to be dynamite, you know. So that's the plan. So don't sack Ken Hinkley yet. Sack him the week after. So, you know, we give him the love during the Geelong game. Clap every time Butters gets the ball. We're going to clap him like we did with Dangerfield when he was playing for the Crows. We're going to clap Zach Butters, and then we're going to get him next year to Geelong. And if we can get Clayton Oliver, that'd be nice. If we can get Tom Lynch, that'd be nice. So let's hold off the Ken Hinkley sacking. Wait till next week. Let's be kind. Let's be respectful to Ken Hinkley, our Geelong legend.
We would like to be the ones to end his career at Port Adelaide. We don't want it to end just yet. We want him to come to Geelong one more time, and then, you know, if he's got the balls to give it to the crowd again, like he did that time a couple of years ago. And Jake from the Chaps, still not forgiven him for that. He wasn't happy with the way Kenny was giving it to the crowd at Geelong when we lost that game a few years back. So
now, Jakey boy, it's all good. It's all good. You know, we can't, beggars can't be choosers. It's all good.
So who'd you like tonight? I mean, was there a bloke get all right out of the goal square this evening?
Well, I really like that Paul Curtis fella. You know, I wouldn't mind him at Geelong as well. But he seems to be the only one playing for that club because their so-called best players, LDU Simpkin, who's the worst captain I've ever seen in my life, can't get a kick. So, you know, that Curtis fella's all right. But no, we're for Geelong. You know, Cameron kicked 11. We can't put Cameron to the twos now. You know, we can't demote him to the twos. So we're going to give him another week. We'll see what happens. Who have we got next week? Port Adelaide. See what happens there.
So you think maybe start him in the sub vest as the sub, and then maybe see if he can earn it from there. You know, he's got to do a little bit more. Is that what he needs?
Well, maybe not Cameron, but maybe Mena. Maybe Mena can start as a sub. Okay. I did not like Lawson Humphrey be there in that sub vest. I thought that was an absolute disgrace. If anyone should have been the sub, it should have been Stewart or maybe Dangerfield. So hopefully we never see that again. I want to see Martin dropped. I want Henry back into the team. I think Henry offers a lot more than Jack Martin. Yeah, isn't it funny? Shannon Neal kicks 2 goals in 30 seconds. He doesn't come off the bench, but yet we want to put Ollie Henry, who's as a sub for half a game, kicks a goal and drags him to the bench. That's interesting, that one. I find that really amusing. Maybe there's a bit of hate for Ollie Henry from Chris Scott. You know, you paid a lot of money to get him down there. Well, he was a free agent. Collingwood didn't want him, but you got him down. You got him down to the club, and you're not playing him. So what's up with that? So bring back Ollie Henry, please.
All right. So drop well, not drop. We'll drop Sean Manor, and we'll bring in Ollie.
Yeah. No. I said Manor as a sub, and then drop Jack Martin.
Jack Martin, and we'll give Jezza one more week to prove himself.
Yeah. Well, for now, Jezza's pretty good in the main team. He kicked 11, so we've got to give him another chance, don't we? He kicked 11. He's earned it. So yeah, he's probably earned it for another year. But we understand with Jezza, when Jezza has bad games, Geelong have bad games. So he better start kicking these 11 against these bigger teams. I want to see this in the final against Adelaide. I want to see 11 goals against the Crows. That would be really nice. There's a challenge for you right now. If Cameron kicks 10 against the Crows in the qualifying final, I will do 100 push-ups on this show, wearing a Shannon Neal t-shirt. Right, I want to see that. That's a bet. That's right there. So
Shannon,
that will maybe, So maybe not 10. Maybe probably a bag. Well, I want to see a bag.
We'll get you to eat we'll send you a Shannon pizza, and then we'll get you to do 100 stomach crunches after you've eaten the full large pizza. And I'll give you a 2-litre bottle of LA Ice as well. Still waiting to try and get that sponsorship, by the way. Haven't.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. I actually emailed them saying, I love your product. I drink it quite regularly on the post-game live show. Is there any chance you might want to sponsor us, or do something nice for us? Haven't got back to me yet. They haven't got back to me.
Well, hello, if you're watching. This is the quality that you can expect to see. You've got a half-naked bloke talking to a drongo that has never played a game of AFL footy, and he's like, well, I've played junior footy. But anyway, if you want to sponsor the Hoops Crew or Lucas, sponsor Lucas directly if you want to.
This probably will upset them. I don't have LA Ice, but I do have this.
No.
Yeah, so
Schweppes? Yeah.
That's Solo.
Who's the parent company though for Solo?
Yeah,
there's always someone there's always a granddaddy company that sits above it.
Or we could do the Powerade sponsor.
There you go.
So that would be nice. But no, anyway, good win by 3-2-1. Well, obviously Cameron has to get 3 votes, don't we? We've just pumped him up. I said, we have to give him another go, so we give him 3 votes for that.
Unless you're Darren. I don't think Darren gave him the 3.
Oh, okay. 2 votes for me. I'll go with Bailey Smith. He's probably not going to win the Brownlow now. He's been having a quite off games, but 1 vote. We haven't mentioned this. No one's mentioned this guy. Stanley. He kicked the goal. Took a good mark. Kicked a goal. Dominated in the ruck. I'm going to give him a vote. I think he deserves a vote, Stanley. He doesn't get enough love on this channel.
We'll give him love.
We'll give him love.
I'm going to get Stanley t-shirts made up for the final series. We need. I don't know what. I've got about 1,000 t-shirt ideas I want to get made up, but we do need something that we need to just have some kind of t-shirt theme or some kind of slogan on the t-shirt for the finals for September. The club puts out a t-shirt that they give out they sell during the finals. We need something for the Hoops Crew for September.
I'm sure our lovely sponsors at Cyril Cook Florist, they can make up some t-shirts, or Shannon's Pizza, they can make up some t-shirts.
Shannon Neal Pizza. We'll get Shannon's. We use Shannon's likeness. I'm not sure if we're allowed to do that, but we'll get the Vellas to draw. Brendan Vella can draw us a graphic image or something like that, and we'll put it on a t-shirt. I think he's got one of he's done one of Bailey Smith going like that. That's a new poster about to roll out pretty soon. So, Brendan, if you're watching, I want it.
Well, they haven't been on tonight, have they? They were not on tonight.
Too late. It's too late. So I think they might have been at the game because they're out there. I think they're closer to Melbourne than they are to Geelong. I think so. I think they probably would have gone to that game and then just got home. I don't know. Maybe they're watching it now. Who knows? Hello to the Bellas if you are watching it. Hello.
Did you and Paul go to the game?
No, I didn't go today. I stayed home. My daughter's birthday this weekend. Well, it's a birthday weekend, so stayed home, watched it on the telly. Actually, quite enjoyed it watching on the telly. To be honest with you, went up to Melbourne already during the week to go to the movies, watch a bit of the Marvel movie, the new Marvel movie that came out. So, and I just had enough going to Melbourne, so stayed home, watched it on the telly, jumped straight into POSTGAME Live, and did 2 hours and 40 minutes before I kick you off. So I've done pretty well.
No, that's all right. Next week, your big meeting. Sadly, I can't be there.
Yeah.
I would have loved to, but I also, I've spent money on a high performance degree. I don't know if you saw that in the photos.
I think so.
Yes. So unfortunately, I have to use my money for that.
You got to prioritize.
I've got to prioritize. I'm doing high performance. So it's a very stressful course. But
and you got to focus on getting fit for your octagon match against Terry in a few weeks too. So there's priorities. You've got to. You can't get it. You got to stay off the booze. Stay off the LA ice for a few weeks, unless you're getting sponsored by them, and then just go your hardest. And just constantly be chugging from the 2-litre bottle through the whole post-game interview.
Well, if I get sponsored by LA ice, that'd be fantastic. What better way? What better way to get sponsored by an ice drink? But no. Good luck with your meeting. I wish I was there. I would have belted out some karaoke. But no, we can't do that. But post-game live in Adelaide, that looks like it's going to happen because where are we right now? We're Adelaide are first and we're fourth, aren't we?
We might have to make the road trip. I know Paul was keen to get to Adelaide, and we hadn't actually. We talk about gather round, but we actually haven't talked about the possibility of a qualifying final or a prelim final. So for me, that depends on when I've got kids. But I would love to if the stars align to see whether that's a possibility. I'm not sure if it will be. Definitely won't be a semi-final. Unlikely.
No.
But
well, I'll tell you what. You and Paul can come down, and we can get the shirts off, and we can sit in the same rows, and we can absolutely bunter. Then we'll take you to the casino, do some karaoke, and I love karaoke. I used to do that when I was back younger, so maybe we can do that. Maybe go in the poker. The district, a good club in the city, in the casino, the district. I go there quite frequently. Yeah, the district. Yes, that's the name of the club there in the casino. Very good. Nothing better than a casino, isn't there? Nothing more. How great food, great restaurant in there as well. Had fish there, fish and chips. This is a plug here. I hope I get sponsored by Sky City.
Sky City Casino. Can you imagine that? We'll get a little sponsorship logo under your little name thing there. I didn't pull up your banner before. There you go.
Oh yeah, where's my banner?
What's the guy's name again? What's his name again?
Aidan Mark, and that's a disgrace having him on. It should be ashamed.
We'll change it.
He's the one that made the 100 in the World Test Championship final. This angers me, especially a player like him. Yeah. But no, we'll do some karaoke. We'll belt out some tunes. Wherever you go, I'll be right here waiting for you. So
we didn't play Kiri's song before, but do you want to sing this song on your way out tonight, mate? And it only goes for about 6 seconds, but see if you can sing along to this one. All right.
Let's see.
All right, here we go. See you later, mate. Go Cats. It's faded out already. I don't want to get demonetized.
You're gonna. I'm surprised I haven't been copyrighted the way I sing it, but the way I sing it, probably there's no chance of that because no one understands what the hell I'm singing. So that's all right. But anyway, no, Ben, thank you for having me again. On to the Port game. We'll smash them by 100 points. That should be no problem. They're gone. And we'll see you next week. And goodbye.
Take care, mate. Love your work. See ya. All right. That is the end of another post-game live for round 20. A few rounds to go. We're 2 hours and 40 minutes in. There's a couple of crazy people still with me, which is insane. Thank you if you've been watching all the way along. Thank you if you've joined us in the last little bit. Apologies because we're just finishing up the show now. But if you're watching this on replay as well, you've done very well to get through 2 hours and 42 minutes. It's been fun. It always is on Post-Game Live, especially after a 100-point win, and they don't happen very often. It's the first time it's happened for any team in 2025, and it's the first time it's happened for Geelong since 2022, so the year that we did win a grand final. So I am hoping that it continues to happen a couple more times before the season's over. I think percentage will be helpful, but Adelaide, we'll need Adelaide to drop a game along the way in order for us to catch them on percentage. They do have a reasonably healthy percentage, and they had another big win tonight. So I think it's going to be pretty hard to catch them. I think we'll probably finish below them wherever they are on the ladder. Probably third or probably second, one of the two. They'll either finish first or second. I can't see them missing a top two at this point. And credit to them. They've been terrific. But anyway, quick plug again to Cyril Cook, the sponsor of the Hoops Crew. Thank you very much for all your support. And to Shannon Pizza over there, my right shoulder, I believe it is, sponsoring the show. I'm going to give it to... I'd like to have a think about it, unless there's anyone in the chat that just wants to nominate someone for the pizza this week. I reckon it's got to be one of the debutantes that I had on earlier. Oh, no. Actually, I'm going to be a bit different. And you're going to hate me because I'm going to give it to the Oppo. I'm going to give it to Marnie from Kanga TV for coming on after a 100-point loss. Some of you might think that's really nice. Others might think that's crazy. You got to give it to Geelong supporters. I've been putting my hand up for this pizza for weeks now. Where's my chance? But no, I'm giving it to Kanga TV. You're probably not watching. I'll reach out to you. So next time there's a Geelong game, next time there's a game in Geelong and you want to come down, there's a pizza here. Or if you just want to come down the highway and grab it, it's all yours. But that's thanks to Shannon Pizza. Anyway, that's me done for another week. Make sure you check out Paul's show tomorrow morning, the match reaction video. Paul will be back as well on Monday night for his live show. He'll probably go for about an hour and 20 minutes again. He's been coming on lately saying he's going to have a quick and quiet one, but it always seems to blow out. So I always like to get on there and throw about 1,000 questions at him and keep him there for another 20 minutes if I can. But yeah, he'll be there Tuesday, and the chaps, as always, he'll be there Monday, and the chaps will be on a Tuesday as well. So plenty of content coming your way over the next little bit. There'll probably be some other stuff. Nuff will be in there as well. We may even have a player spotlight video for the AFL, and hopefully we'll have one for the VFL as well if Jake can get around to it. There's a VFL game on tomorrow and a VFLW game. No, that's finished. The VFL game tomorrow at Arden Street against the Kangaroos. So hopefully you'll be able to watch that one on the telly or the AFL app, wherever you can get it. That's me done, everyone. Take care. Go Cats. And we'll see you against the Port Adelaide game for the Port Adelaide game. Take care, everyone. Good night.
It's time for the show. Dropping pussy down facts, mitts, forwards and backs. Representing G-Town while talking the smack. Crashing packs like Patty, where the hell you at? Hoops crew are exploding, don't ever look back. Then we got Paul, yeah, he knows his stuff. He's a man, he's a myth, taking on the nuffs. The man don't miss, he loves to react. His words cut deep, he's a counterattack. Balls on fire, brings the mic to life. Don't fuck with B-Dog if you value your life. Oh, they fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops Crew's here and they'll never back down. Drake, Johnny Sambo, always rocking the game. Betty and Paul, man, remember the names. In the studio, Jake's bringing the noise. With Johnny and Sambo, the chaps, chat boys, feel electric. and they're ready to roll. The boys are on fire and they're taking control. We caps and previews, yeah, they cover it all. Part of the Hoops crew with Benny and Paul. They fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town. The Hoops crew, baby, they'll never back down. Jake, Tommy, Sambo, always rocking the game. Benny and Paul, chasing glory and fame. With the sleeves, Max Holmes and Jack Bose. Tommy fucking Atkins, he'll break your damn nose. Stewie in the middle and Reese in the ruck. They see Big Jezza and they know they're fucked. They're the G-Town boys, go hard or go home. They're fucking insane, taking over the throne. Oh, they fuck shit up, yeah, they run G-Town.